We've started before.
Hey, and welcome to our stream, Strixhaven Ilandara. I'm your DM, Emerson, and I noticed that I actually have messed up one of our players' names, but it should be good once I hide it for you guys. Let's see if that does it. It does! Perfect! I just had two people's names on top of each other. I forgot to hide the person who wasn't here. Speaking of people who are here, we have Emily playing Giuseppe, our intrepid young prodigy student who has compass hair. Next up is Trent playing Syntax, our definition of a bad influence.
Wow.
Am I wrong, though? No, Syntax is actually surprisingly good.
He's been a good boy.
Yeah, the one who's not, we'll get to. Next up is, it's Nim. Nim is the one who's a bad influence.
Don't complain, Melody.
Next up, we have Alexa playing Astrin, our not Silver Quill, Prismari Rogue. Again, every time I'm like, oh, she's in Silver Quill. No, she's not. She's in Prismari. She performs. But she's also part of the mob. Next up is Carly. Carly is playing Evelina, a precious little owlin who is deeply traumatized. Only because I almost killed both of her moms in a horrific, horrible experience. But I didn't.
Thanks for that.
Next, hey, you know what? We all gotta grow. You're the only character who had like absolutely no trauma. That's a lie. Giuseppe doesn't either, but you know, we're working on that. I just gotta kill off someone he cares about right in front of his eyes and we're good.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna do this, guys. If you're just now joining, I'm not a vindictive DM. I'm actually pretty chill, all things considered. Okay, you're shaking your head, Trent, but I've never No, I can't say that because you were.
Yeah, you're tripping up.
I've never killed a character. I've never killed a player character, and I'm like, except that one game that Trent played in.
You offed almost three of us.
You almost killed Evelina in the first battle of this.
Evelina did almost die in the first battle. She was a level 1 wizard. And yeah, so
It's
I mean,
always the level 1 wizard.
Here's the thing. Level 1 is survival horror. And then after you get through that, it's, yeah. Speaking of survival horror, Melody is playing Nim, who is a hex blood, just kind of demon man who is super into frogs. And
it's accurate.
I mean, yeah. Everyone's character is far more interesting than that. We have artwork that I will eventually get set up in our actual layout. I'm going to do a big layout revamp to start the new year right when we start our next year of school. But until then, we're going to have to sit with what we have. Last session, we are on our inter-semester break, end of year break. It's a 2-week break. And Evelina went to visit her mother at a dig site out in the wastes. Lucky for her, all of the named characters survived, but the rest of the dig site didn't necessarily end very well for them. They were attacked by essentially a horde of zombies and a creepy demon who was after something they dug up. The dig was obviously canceled, and Evelina has just arrived back on campus. Meanwhile, on campus, we had some of our players who aren't here right now party a little too hard and crit fail a drinking test and then maybe hook up with the school bully. We don't know. And then it's technically open to interpretation. I didn't, want to railroad the player, but did they wake up in the bully's room? Yes.
Did you rail that player? Maybe.
Yeah, did they rail? Yeah, there's railroading and then there's railing. But yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's great. I would like to point out the player set it up so perfectly for me. They were drinking with the bully, trying to be friendly. It was like there was no other option when he crit failed. No other option. No. There were many other options. But yeah, that happened. There's another party coming up tonight. And then
hell yeah.
And then after that night party tonight,
with a bloom party.
Yeah.
I forgot we were doing
which is like seance witchy party.
The party.
And then we have, after that, Astrid and Syntax have devised this plan to deliver the Necrocore to her boss / father, her Dawn. Mafia, like the Mafia father. Get it?
Yes.
I know the phrase. I just don't like how you said it.
Well, because I said it, but I also was not confident that that was actually the term. So it was me being like, yeah? Yeah, I don't know.
Don't ever do that again.
But the, oh, yeah, that did sound close to. Okay.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I get it now.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I was
Damn
like, is it? How bad? What? Okay. Yeah.
That's why I was like, what you said?
Definitely not that. We're off to a great start. If you're just now joining us, this is the whole game. It's not, hopefully. But
my friend might be watching this.
Hey, hi, Alexa's friend, who might be watching this.
My boyfriend is watching.
Oh, hello, Melody's boyfriend. I almost said Nim's boyfriend.
Well, one and the same.
Yeah. Who would want to date Nim? You.
I thought you were about to say date you, and I was like, fuck you, Trent. Oh my god.
I'm just shading everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're about to head to this party, and then afterward, the following day, you guys are heading into Goldheart, which is the very sort of bleeding edge of technology and magic integration into technology on the continent, where you guys are going to return, or not return, but deliver a stolen item to a man named Urin Levidius, who is effectively a mob boss that is so powerful no one can actually confront him about being a mob boss. But everyone knows he's a mob boss. Also, apparently, he is kind of Astrid's dad, maybe? A man who raised Astrid? Who knows?
Ish.
Yeah, we don't really know. It's just there's a connection there. Astrid has this plan to not deliver the Necrocore. Syntax has created a really good fake Necrocore that I believe is a DC 22 to figure out that 23. It is 23 to figure out that it is fake. Unless someone tries to do something that very specifically only the Necrocore can do. Like if they open it and try to get it out or something like that. Real quick, I think we have a crackling mic somewhere. So I just want to double check if it's me or not.
It might be me because I don't hear it.
It's gone now. The moment I mentioned it, it's gone.
Yeah. Your thing was flashing a little bit, Trent. I think it's fine now.
Okay, cool. Well, if it happens again, we'll poke around with it. We'll kick Trent from the game, and then I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. That'd be horrible.
We'll kill Syntax immediately.
Oh my god. What makes you think he's still alive? Okay. But
emotionally.
Okay, we are going to a party. Everyone has kind of accidentally bumped into each other on their way to this party. Evelina recently got back, kind of spent the day here with her parents who were like, see, it's nice and fun and safe. You are currently like returning to the dorms right now, and you see the gaggle of your friends just kind of like heading out. Half of them, and like Nim is wearing this really fancy outfit with like candles on the tips of his horns, and like essentially spiders, silk, like all this crazy stuff.
You want me to do like a quick?
Yeah, describe it.
Because I remember Trent didn't hear it last time.
Yeah, so it's really cool. We will have artwork at some point, according to Melody.
Yes. At some point. After I finish Trent's 2 commissions.
No, you can do yours first.
But yeah, so why don't you describe it for us?
I need money. Okay, so
First.
Min's wearing like this like black shroud made of like moss and like spiders webs, and he's got his hair like done up with like twigs and nightshade, and he's got like some red moth wings adorning like his eyes on the sides. He like put on some makeup. He's got like a red stripe down his lip, and he's got these, this red candle wax on the tips of his horns, the top of which are like lit. They're like on fire. He's like going all out. He's got like gold rings on. He's fucking, he's going.
I'm getting like super huge David Bowie vibes.
Oh my
Shit.
god.
Ooh,
You're just the
hell
Goblin
yeah.
King.
Oh my god. Yes, let's go.
Incredible.
So yeah, he wanted to be fancy.
Okay, so that's what you see, Evelina, as you're kind of trotting back up. Your parents just kind of bid you farewell. They offered to walk you over to the dorms. I don't know if you wanted them to come to the dorms with you or not. But
weird friends.
yeah, essentially they did the whole like, we'll take you there, but we also totally get it if you don't want to like have your mom's just Trent, your mic is doing the little crackly thing. Yeah, I think just essentially push to talk is probably gonna, yeah, or awesome. But yeah, they kind of do that like, they give an excuse of like, oh, we really better get going, so that you don't have to tell them not to come with you. But you also can read them well enough to know that they would love to meet your friends. So that is ultimately up to you. What do you have them walk you to the dorms or not?
Oh boy. I mean, she
Here's
would
my
definitely
morally
be like,
friend group.
right? She would definitely be like, oh, it's okay if you guys want to come. Like, but if they don't, like, she's also the thing like, oh, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But like, I don't mind either way.
Oh, they want to. They're going to.
Oh boy.
Absolutely. So you're walking up. I was trying.
This is my friend who's
Evie
on fire.
Is Evie trying to be cool, or not?
She's never cool. What are you
Okay,
talking
because
about?
because I can straight up imagine Evie doing the toddler thing where it's like one parent hand in each hand and like swinging between them as
Yes.
you're walking.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So you're
Yes.
not being cool. You're being the most adorable thing ever. Got it.
Evie's never cool. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah. So you see, guys, Evie walking up, or I guess kind of hopping up, swinging in between her two parents. Do you want to describe the two parents to us? Because I realize I don't know if I actually let you describe them last session.
Oh yeah, I just posted them and never said a dang thing.
So why don't we do a quick description of your two parents for us?
Okay. I gotta get the pictures back. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Evie's Kenku mom, she's now how do I describe? Okay, so I have to describe how the heck the clothing is, but so Evie's Kenku mom, bird. she's I haven't to figure out what bird she is, but like she's darker feathers. Her clothes are like a mixture of like reds and like tans with like some blue accents. So she even has also like a blue jewel necklace as well. She's just got a couple wrappings along the her calves and up the forearms. And then for her human mom, let's see, her human mom is an alumni of Lorehole, so she's got like those kind of book shoulder pads, got like a big like what is it, belt waistband or something, where it's bit on the bigger side with like some blue pants that some dark shoes and like some like a long sleeve that has some sort of like yellowish wrappings at the ends Also, she also has glasses, and her hair is like a dark bluish kind of color. That's not necessarily like shaven, but like it's shorter on like one side of her head, while the rest is longer, going the opposite way.
Kind of like an undercut almost on one side.
Yes.
Where it's like,
Yes.
oof, it's cut under.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think that's about it. Some of these things I have no idea how to describe, but like,
You're good. So yeah, these two women are on either side of Evie. As you're kind of pleasantly swinging, and you see all of your friends heading out. I forget, was Quintilius with you guys, or would you have invited Quintilius? No. Okay. Trent, because, yeah, got it. Quintilius is not there.
There's enough of us.
Yeah, yeah, Quintilius is not there, but everyone else is. What do you guys say anything? Do anything? Sorry, Evie, you see them. You see your friends heading out in one big group. This is your chance to introduce your parents to them. I will say, obviously, sorry, Giuseppe. I think you also see all of your friends heading out right now. So it's perfect timing for you to intercept them as well.
Hey, where are you guys going?
I love how you lean into the camera.
Party.
Party!
At
I'm
Witherbloom,
coming.
would you like to come?
Yes, it's already decided.
Great. Do we see Evie with her moms?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did they come up to us?
Hi guys. That's a little sweet.
Hello, Evie. And who might this be?
Oh,
Oh.
these are my moms. I got my brain is blanking on their
human
names. Oh my
extends
gosh.
her hand. The name's Zariah Rosengard.
So nice to meet you. My name's Nim. He'll like take her hand in like both hands and like shake it for like a little too long.
It doesn't seem to phase her at all. Keep in mind, this is the
That's great.
she is the archaeologist. Like, she's met some really weird people, and like, so it's fine. Yeah. The Kinku
Hell
gives you a kind of little fluff of feather greeting. While you're shaking her wife's hand, she doesn't bother like trying to shake your hand as well. She's
Yeah.
like, the name's Kay.
Oh, hello. He'll like
You're doing great.
They like look around at the rest of your group and be like, oh, these must be all the ones you've told us about, honey.
so cute.
In all those letters.
Did Evie tell you about us? What did she say specifically?
So you did tell you mentioned last session that you gave them a generalized overview of school, but not like you didn't mention the Auric, correct?
Yeah. Did not mention the orc, did not mention
Perfect.
Sid,
The first day.
did I mention the tragedy of the first day?
Yeah, all
or
of the questionable
place we
things.
just went.
Yeah,
The questionable things, yes.
All the things that would make them pull you from the school. Got it.
Leave it out. Leave it out.
The Kinku looks at you all and then is like, well, I imagine your syntax. You must be Nim, she says, pointing at the tall one. Because Nim said your name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll like say it all playfully, like she just figured it out, but it's like, it's an insult. Yeah. And then and this little one must be Giuseppe.
Yes, it is a pleasure to meet you. I love moms.
So cute.
That's surprisingly accurate.
And then they point at Astrid, and I believe you're the newest face here, Astrid, right?
Yes, that is my name.
Well, it's a
It's
pleasure
lovely
to
to meet
meet
your
you
queen.
all. We're so happy that our little Evie here, they ruffle the top of your head, has already made so many good friends. She really likes all of you. You guys mean a lot to her. And then the human is gonna like nudge the Kinku in the side and be like, don't embarrass her, honey. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, the dig I was on ended early, and so Evie came back a little bit early as well.
How was it?
It
What
was
were
a
you
little
looking for?
bumpy. The Kenku scoffs at this.
It looks like she's having some war flashbacks.
Yeah, Evie is like has a 1,000-yard stare. Like that.
Oh, it's not even that bad.
It's that video, that like old Vine of like they're like, "How you doing, buddy?" to the owl, and it like turns around and it's just terrified eyes, you know.
Oh my
Got the
But-
parent that like edits it, and the other parent is like,
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. The archaeologist is like, yeah, we had a few bumps, a few setbacks. The other mom is like, a third of the people died. Like, yeah, no. So the
Please,
Kenku,
what
the
did
Kenku looks at her, kind of like rolls her eyes and looks at you all. Are any of you interested in going into Lorehold? She looks at you all in a very like, there's a plead in her eyes. You just don't know what she's pleading, whether that's for you guys to say no or yes. This is the Kenku, not the one who's like obviously dressed in Lorehold garb. Yeah, so she's like looking at you all expectantly, waiting for answers.
Then we'll like violently shake his head.
Violent.
That's it. Violently.
The flames flicker on the top of the
Yeah.
horns.
No, that's it. That's all they
One
do.
goes out, the Kenku reaches up and like relights it. But
Thank you.
and they're like, anything for aesthetic. But the she's like, well, that's a relief. Lorehold, I almost said Lorebloom. Lorehold can be a little bit dangerous, more so than people think. We were on
It can't be any more dangerous than here.
She does the like bird tilting head of like, I just found a crumb, but this is a crumb of knowledge. She looks at Syntax. Ooh, has there been dangerous things afoot on campus?
Oh, all sorts of things. Giant frogs, creepy things coming out of ink. We stopped a couple. We're really heroes of the school. You should be quite lucky to know us.
The
Murderous
Kenku is looking
demigod.
down at Evie with a like, huh, you didn't tell me this kind of like we'll talk later look. I imagine
Oh,
Evie is
her
actively like not looking at her mom, like
Your
looking
daughter's
everywhere
really
else.
safe with us.
Head is going in.
The archaeologist just kind of chuckles at this, like this is a given. And she's like, oh, of course. So there's always some crazy rambunctious pranks on campus. I'm happy you lot have managed to keep yourselves safe. The Kenku gives her like the side eye of like, I know enough to know that this was not just pranks, but okay. She kind of drops it. Then the Kenku turns back to you all, mainly Syntax, because Syntax has kind of been talking more directly to her. Well, the dig site was in the wastes, which is already very dangerous, and apparently we unearthed an artifact that was, let's just say the denizens of the waste didn't want it unearthed, so...
What was the item?
I believe it was, she looks over at our archaeologist, at Zariah. It was a kopesh, a sword. Oh yes, a sword. But it led to an attack that compromised the security of the dig, she does with quotes. But what that really means is that it was a slaughter and it was horrifying. The archaeologist was like, slaughter's a strong word, honey.
People died.
She's like, oh, and then the Kenku's like, yes! Yes, people died! Lots of people died!
And you brought Evie there.
Thank you! The Kenku says.
Oh no.
She's
Oh,
squishy.
no.
I mean, we all get hurt every once in a while, but like, bad parenting, I would think.
The Kenku turns to look at again, Zariah, who is not looking at her wife, you know that this is a conversation they have had. And Evie also knows that this is absolutely a conversation they had on the carriage ride home that they were like having very quietly, but trying not to like let Evie know they're arguing, but they're absolutely arguing, but they're like arguing in like, well, maybe if we had done this, you know, like trying to keep nice and pleasant tones the whole time.
Incredibly tense. We're heading to a party if you need to relax a bit.
They both shake their heads. No, we're good. Evie should go, though. I know that was scary for me, so it could only have been terrifying for you as well. Go de-stress with your friends, have a good rest of your break, and I will get some sense knocked into this woman's head. And then Zariah like leads back, will you now? And then you're not sure when it happened, but the argument definitely seems like it's now flirting.
Oh no.
And so like you're not sure what happened because they definitely were very irritated at each other a moment ago. But yeah, Evie knows enough to know that that's like a cue of like, okay, I'm gonna bye, moms.
Time to go.
Yeah, she'll flap, give him both a little peck on the cheek, say okay.
Oh my god, because she's a bird. Okay.
guess.
But
Oh my god.
sorry, I'm being stupid. Okay, yeah. As you guys kind of trot off, the moms start talking to each other in more quiet tones, as it looks like they kind of wave to Evie goodbye and start heading off. It looks like further into Central Campus, not toward Witherbloom where you all are going. Is there
She does the like Animal Crossing thing where she uses both her hands. You're like,
is there anything any of you guys sorry, do you guys want to say anything, do anything while we are still here? Do you want to move on to the party?
I'm cool to move on.
Cool.
Sorry, I was muted. No. I want to talk while we're heading to the party.
Yeah, go for it.
Quick. Nim, why are you so excited about this party? Just excited to be done with the semester?
It's a celebration, is it not? I just wanted to be fancy.
It's definitely fancy.
It is fancy.
Thank you.
I don't know. It just seemed, I don't know, interesting. Is this a close-on, close-off party?
You'll have to ask Della. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I can't imagine she would have a problem, but I also don't know who's running the party. I would ask before you whip it out. Who knows?
Probably not. He doesn't seem like the party type. Well, don't forget we're leaving in the morning, so don't do anything too inappropriate.
Oh my god.
Who, me? Never.
I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at the group. Looking directly at Nim.
I see you looking at everybody and not just me, Syntax. You too.
No, we have something important to do, and I will leave you here if you are not there in the morning.
I'm aware, Syntax. I would not miss the trip to Goldheart.
Good. Then let's have fun.
Good.
Syntax unbuttons like one more button. On their probably like already very like low V-neck, whatever. I don't fucking
He
know.
like undoes the one that shows his belly button.
Only that one. It's in the middle of all of the buttons. He like does that, ties it back so it's a little diamond window.
God.
What the
This is fashion, guys. Look at it.
Oh my god. Fantasy fashion.
It's called fashion, sweetie. Look it up. God damn it.
Okay, sure.
You guys keep walking into the Witherbloom campus. As a reminder, this place is a big swamp. it's very fascinating and architecturally, just from the fact that almost all the buildings are grown out of the swamp itself. Windows seem almost to be like an amber-like resin, and lots of interesting creatures are just kind of everywhere you look. And if you can't see them, you can definitely hear them. It's one of those places where kind of like the opposite of a city where the nature is actually loud, right? It's not the people that are loud, but you're going through, you're hearing croaking frogs, chirping birds, buzzing cicadas, all of those kinds of things. And yes, those are all in the same environment. Don't question it. I think, yeah, are they? I don't know if cicadas are swamp animals, but they are now. Okay, Emily says yes.
I think they were.
There's like moths the size of your head, like that kind of stuff. Lots of lightning bugs / fireflies, whatever term you prefer. But yeah, lightning flies, fire bugs, whatever. As you guys are as you guys are trekking through, you start working your way toward Wiltroot Hall, which is a small building a bit away from the main building complex known as Widdershins Hall, which is what is pictured here. As you approach Wiltroot, you can hear a little bit of a ruckus from inside. Ruckus might not be the right term, but you hear the hubbub and buzz of people. There's a little bit of music playing. It doesn't sound nearly as upbeat as, say, the Prismari, trap music. But this is a lot more like the background music. Think of this almost like a Christmas party, where it's like there's background music and it's live, but it's not necessarily there to dance to. It's there to fill the
ambiance.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
So that you can like have a conversation with someone and not everyone overhear it as well, right? It's that kind of vibe.
So we're like in a jazz club. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, this is very much so jazz club vibes. As you step in, again, this place has very much so a like cottage in the woods vibe, but if the ceiling was like 3 stories high. There's a tea bar up on a on the second floor, sort of in the back. There's a whole little alcove with a fireplace, and it looks like people are playing board games there, as well as actually that's not a board game, that's a Ouija board. Okay, no, they're just summoning something. And then in the there's lots of stuff like that where there's a whole bunch of, it feels kind of like a almost like a dorm common room, right? But warmer, livelier, almost like a ski lodge meets like Christmas party with hors d'oeuvres and all that kind of stuff. It's both fancy and relaxed at the same time, if that makes any sense. It has class, but it's not uptight. Nice. You do also see a decent sort of is melange the right term of different like when it's a whole bunch of different, you see a whole bunch of different people, not just Witherbloom. Also, you see a decent amount of professors here, not just students. It seems like this is very much so like the Witherbloom campus holiday party, right? Ooh. Whereas the other one was very much so a party students threw in the Fury Gale. This is geared for everyone. Everyone's invited, right? As far as professors go, you do not see your Witherbloom professor Tavash, nor do you see Verelda Lang, who was your professor for arcanobiology. But also that's because she, as one who tends to overshare, explained how she was going to visit family and how she couldn't make it to the party, which she announced to her entire class. But you do see, however, Willow Dusk, the Essence Seer, who is a treant of, going on 7.5 feet, but she's, hunched over. So if she actually stood up, it would probably be very intimidating. There is something climbing on her back that's moving around that you're not entirely sure if it's like a monkey or like just an animal that lives in her tree trunks. Like you don't know. There's something moving on her back, but like no one has mentioned anything, so you're not sure if you're supposed to. You also see, of all people, actually none of you guys have met this man. One of you has met this man. You see,
Just the one.
yeah, Astrid has. Astrid knows
Not
him.
on stream, though.
He's not on stream.
But he's
But he is a very high-ranking member in her in Urin's organization.
Our
Wow.
D&D Loki.
Yes, he also is very hot and looks like Loki.
I'm never letting it go. You brought it up. I'm never letting it
No,
go.
he looks like it. I swear they
You're
looked
so
at the
right.
actor.
You're so
They
right.
looked at the
It's
actor and made art.
stupid.
But it's great.
Even the outfit design has
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
similarities.
But I also like totally dig it. It's such a good. Okay, he's there. He's chatting with people. People seem to be giving him a decently wide berth and only really doing small talk with him, whereas others seem to be a bit more invested in conversations. However, the moment you step into the room, his eyes sort of catch Astrid, and you see just the slightest smirk cross his lips and a little bit of a gleam in his eyes. You know for a fact you will not be able to get out of here without talking to him, Astrid. There's also in the back doing, is that shots? No, it can't be. Mavinda.
Holy shit.
She does like one shot and you see like all of her feathers like riffle. And she's like, whoa, that was something else. And the person giving her shots is Della. Which Nim realizes, oh, that wasn't a shot. That was some horrendous tea that only you and Della probably like.
You mean delicious?
Yeah, exactly. But like, that's the tea that everyone, you know. You watch as like Mavinda's beak turns green, like magically turns green, and then like ripples back to normal color. And Della like claps excitedly, and Mavinda's like, yeah. But then you also notice this guy who you've seen, he's not a teacher, but you've seen him in one of your intro classes. They kind of struggled with, when Rubina was being racist in class, they kind of joined in, but out of just pure ignorance. Like, they aren't an animal, they are a treant. So they were like, oh, I'm also interested in reptiles. You know, it's like that kind of vibe, not getting that it was a racist comment that Rubina was saying. Syntax, and Nim, your buddy, Urzmak Talk, is there.
All right, let's go.
He does much the similar thing that Fane did to Astrid, but to Syntax. This kind of like eye gleam of, I'm going to talk to you.
He would.
You also, you see Mina Lizana, who is the friends with Imagine as well as Deja's character, Keothana, who's not here. She's essentially the student.
Here.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's here. She's the student. This is the party where you can actually socialize. The other party was where you partied.
This is going to be a question.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? Trent.
I'm writing all the names. Sorry, I'm not going to be here next week, and I'm like, fuck.
Okay. No, don't worry. Mina Lizana is there as well. She works at the cafe on campus. You also notice, despite his best efforts to not be seen, a figure that, oh yeah, I remember him now. And you also realize you've seen him every time you've kind of studied in the library, but he's made it a point to get away as fast as possible. Drazomir. You remember him from your orientation day where he was working in the shop and was very quiet and very shy, despite being a massive minotaur. It looks like he's giving a poetry reading in the far corner. But everyone is like really trying to listen in and they're having a hard time hearing him. Last but not least, you guys see someone that, again, only some of you might recognize. A professor from Quandrix, Dika, who focuses on fractals and is also kind of the boss of both Nim and Syntax in the science labs. Standing awkwardly beside her in a, like, you need to go and socialize, but I don't know anyone, Mom, kind of vibe, is Animo, the small, like, 13, 14-year-old kid who is her assistant, question mark? Yeah.
Must protect at all
I know I'm
costs.
bothering first.
And so you also see someone you guys haven't seen before. Very short orc who seems to be coming in with all of the food. Jayom, the master chef, is coming in with these big platters of questionable hors d'oeuvres. Like, you're pretty sure one of them is like frog heads on crackers.
Amazing.
But
Yes.
Why am I not? What?
yeah, you're
How
not
did
sure.
you wait this long?
You're
for
not
this
sure.
kid?
Yeah, also,
Oh
like, his
my God,
beard is
amazing.
super, super fancy schmancy, kind of like tied back in what looks to be almost like ritualistic patterns and whatnot. But yeah, so all of these people are here going about doing whatever. I can,
I
I
put all
will.
the names. Can you check if I left anyone out?
I'm gonna make all of their
Yeah.
profile things visible. Some of them are different
Ditto.
sizes, but that's just because of the resolution
Oh,
of
fuck.
them.
We have
So
a map for
don't-
this?
No, just all the
okay.
people. Some of them are different sizes, so don't think that that means like importance or anything. That's just because at their different sizes resolution, and I'm trying to kind of resize them to be similar, but they might not be perfect. There are two other people that I did not mention who are also here. One of which is you didn't see because he was behind Mavinda as she was doing kind of the drinks, and then eventually you do see him. He seems very much so embarrassed to be here, kind of trying to make himself as not present as possible. You see this man. You might vaguely remember him as someone that Imogene sometimes spends time with and helps train with. You would know that he is the twin brother of he's the twin brother of Nora and Wu, and the kid of the Dean of Shadow of Silverquill. You then happen to hear a chattering that cuts through the noise, and the last face that you recognize there is Rosie from Lorehold, the very talkative gnome. So with that said, here are everyone. They are on the token layer up top. They're not grouped by any particular number of like who's with who, but I can actually do that real quick. So let me start grouping them. You guys can do anything you want. You can talk to no one. You can talk to everyone. You can talk to some people. Yeah, these three are together down here. He'll be over here, probably with Rosie, to be completely honest, because Rosie would be hyping him. He's alone. We'll put... Yeah, we'll do it like this.
Doing that, Syntax is just going to link arms with Astrin, as in, like, You sticking with me tonight?
Sorry, that was a very forceful laugh. That
Stick
was
with me,
funny.
kid.
It's not a question of do you want to. It's a you are going to stand for with me all night.
Okay.
And talk to who I talk, and I will hear who has to talk to you.
Fuck.
Oh, that's great.
Astrid just goes with it at this point.
Oh, I apologize. Willow Dusk is up here with these two. Does anyone want to talk to anyone? There are tons of different activities. You guys can get cool drinks. You can try the hors d'oeuvres. You can join the poetry reading. You can join the seance. You can do lots of different stuff. There are tons of choices. You can also just mingle and chat with people. Yeah, does anyone want to do anything? Start us off. And of course, if there's nothing that you guys are feeling... Okay, Astrid, go for it. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna turn to syntax real quick and just be like, don't say a word for just a minute and just walk straight to Fane.
Okay. He's going to give you that like gross kind of wave where it's just the fingers waving at you.
Yes,
You know?
I love that wave.
And then he'll be like, why, hello there, Astrid, darling. A pleasure to see you again. And who might this be? A new friend?
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to see that you are making connections.
You guys have a disgusting history.
Oh, yes, we do. My
Do you
name
live
is
Next
school
one
Fane.
you have.
Oh, no, 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 young man. I'm a professor. But I suppose I am flattered that you think I look youthful enough to be a student. I'll pull up the guy talking.
I can see him. I'm looking at Loki right now.
I'm
Listen, I'm gonna be
Fane.
honest. Me, the player, has no knowledge.
You're good.
What's gonna happen.
Fane is literally Urin's informant in oh my god, Strixhaven. He exists to kind of bridge the gap between Strixhaven and Urin's regime, pretty much. Both sides know this, right? Like Strixhaven is well aware that he is here almost more as a political individual than as a teacher. He is very talented, but he's also the one that he's known as the broker because he will get people anything so long as they pay for it. But that also goes for teachers. So if there's a teacher who needs a supply that the school can't acquire easily, quickly, or legally, they go to Fane.
Look this.
So
school.
he is useful. He's kind of a necessary evil, if that makes any sense. He's
When
what
he says he's a teacher, what does that mean?
he teaches at Silverquill.
Okay.
So he is a teacher. He is very good with shadow magic.
Does he have that little
Mainly-
guy on his shoulder
yes,
right now?
he is mainly ink
Fantastic.
magic.
And then he goes over.
So you would know that
Yes.
he is, a lot of his magic is contract based. So that's why
Okay.
he's the broker. That is what he kind of got famous for, is crafting magically binding contracts that allowed Urin to get away with certain things technically legally because you made a binding contract. And so that's very much so the thing is like, if he makes you sign anything, good fucking luck. Think of him as essentially a devil, but a human, right? So if you think of classic D&D, kind of the devil is the one who's going to make a bargain. You sign a pact. The only way you're going to get out of that is by outsmarting the deal.
Yeah.
And the reason why he's so successful is because people don't outsmart it. Yeah, so but he's under no pretenses of being a good person. Like, he's not going to pretend to be a better person than he is. But he does have a little bit of charm to him, but in kind of a gross way.
Yeah.
Think Loki, kind of.
How dare you speak about my boy?
No, I
like
know,
that.
he's great. I said that, and I'm like, think like early Loki. Yeah.
How dare you speak about my voice?
Okay. But yeah, so he kind of, a lot of his mirth and smiles like never quite reach his eyes, right? But he looks over at Astrid and then he's like, I work with Astrid's father.
How wonderful. We're going to see him tomorrow.
Oh, are you? You're going to see him and she's going to see him. Fascinating. Does he know this?
Nim's gonna walk over.
Sorry,
He
what did
hasn't
you...
already-
Hold on. What did you say there? I missed what you said.
Don't act like you don't know that we're going.
You did notify your father that you're meeting with him tomorrow, correct?
I would be.
Okay. Did you tell him that other people were joining you?
I would have said that maybe a friend or two was tagging along with me,
Okay,
but I
cool.
wouldn't have given specifics.
Perfect. I just want to know if, yeah, cool. Sorry to interrupt, Trent. Head on over. Sorry, Nim, Melody, head on over. You're good.
That's fine.
You're good.
Yeah, he just wants to walk over and he's immediately gonna like look at the thing on Fane's shoulder. Definitely getting too close, not addressing Fane. He's just gonna like fuck
Be
around with it.
careful. They bite. As
Really?
they say that,
So
it
does Nim.
bites down on your finger. That's just slightly too close.
Holy shit.
Take 1 piercing damage from me.
What is it?
It's an inkling. You mean to tell me you haven't seen Silverquill's mascots before? This is
I can't say that I have.
what Evie has a plush of.
I should let Nim borrow.
Yeah, so Nim, this is what
Yeah,
you have
you
a plush
Oh,
of.
that's what the plush is of. I don't know why I
No,
thought it
that's
was
great.
like,
I
squid.
love the idea that you literally say, "Oh, that's what the plush is." Like finally realizing it. Okay.
Sure, you can say that. Like, oh, that's what that is.
He's like, very much so. Is this one of your friends too, Astrid? He's
Yes.
fascinating.
Thank you. Astrid, I'm going to go get some tea. Would you like some?
It's actually.
You're cutting in and out, Alexa. I think your
Yeah, the mic's
sensitivity is a
super quiet.
little too high. So when you get a little quiet, it cuts out. I love it from an RP standpoint. It's great inflection, but unfortunately...
Is Fane paying a lot of attention to Nim?
Yes.
Seeing as Nim is kind
Yes.
of demagogue looking?
Fane is looking at Nim the way a predator sizes up a meal.
Nim doesn't notice. He's looking at Astrid.
Yes, I would love some tea, Nim. I'll meet you over there in a moment.
Great. See you over there, Syntax?
You know I don't drink anything.
Well, I'd love your
I'll drink
company. He's going to turn back to Fane and extend his hand. I didn't get your name.
Fane. Though people tend to call me the broker. He'll shake your hand, but in the way where it's like his palm is down, which subconsciously means they think they are higher than you.
Yeah.
Like that is what that
I'm
actually
sure.
means. If someone shakes your hand and tilts their palm down, it's a
Oh.
subconscious thing saying that the power dynamic they see themselves as above you. Obviously,
Cool.
some people that might not be the case, but just statistically in general,
Nope,
that's
Emerson
what that
said
means.
it. Everyone is.
But
Did they
yeah,
call
gonna-
you the broker because everyone who works with you becomes broker from it?
Well, that's part of it. No, it's because I broker agreements. I can get you anything you want for the right price. Let's
don't
just
think
say
I
I
could
have
get everything.
connections. What was that, young man?
I don't think you could probably get everything.
Well, so far, there hasn't been anything that I haven't been able to get. It just might take a little extra time and resources on your part. Is there something you're looking for?
There's lots of things, but I don't think I have the money to pay you for it, so let's not waste each
Yes.
other's time.
I appreciate that. I do hate time wasters. He looks at Nim almost as if that's
Nim's still grabbing
explaining.
his hand, and he's just shaking it with both
Yeah,
hands.
so
still.
then absolutely he says that and looks at Nim as in like, you're a time waster.
Can, can Astrid cast something real quick?
Yeah, fucking do whatever.
Ooh.
Fuck shit up.
It's thanks to the subclass I took with Rogue, but she's gonna cast Psychic Whispers.
Ooh.
And since this is going to only be to one person, because otherwise, if I wanted to do it to more people, I'd have to roll a die to see how many. But it's just to one person, to Nim, and it's basically just a link of telepathy between the two of us for
Oh yeah.
an hour.
Okay, cool.
But that's literally all it's for, and it like the range is a mile, but doesn't matter right now. But
Yeah,
she's just
telepathy
gonna cast
for-
that.
Cool, go for it. That's a ability too, so that's not even a spell. So you're all good. You just link minds.
Cool. Yeah, the creature can't use this telepathy if it can't speak any languages, and yeah. So I think we're good. But yet she's just gonna cast it and send it to Nim, and it'll just be like, "Do not talk to this man any longer than you have to. Do not trust him. Walk away when you can, and I will explain later."
Fane's staring daggers at you as you get this message.
Fane is?
Yes.
Nim's just smiling. He'll let go of his hand and kind of step back and take a look at Astrid and think back to her. Thanks for the warning, sister. And he'll walk away.
Oh shit! Okay. Fane, as Nim says that, Fane turns to Astrid and raises a questioning eyebrow.
He said that telepathically.
No, I know.
but-
This has nothing to do with that.
Okay, just making
but
sure. Just
no,
making
I know. This was going to happen when Nim left regardless. He raises
Cool,
a
yeah,
questioning
he's fine.
eyebrow to Astrid, and then he simply
Yeah.
says, I take it that's your special friend?
Friend, nonetheless. I don't know why special has to get into it.
He looks at you with a very, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I mean, I don't see the resemblance, but
Why would he know?
wasn't Urine the one who told you? Urin, not urine.
Urine.
I know, shut up. I fucked it up. I keep on naming characters very close to what, very close to other things, and then realizing what type of players I have and knowing that I fucked up. It's better when Jerry isn't here, but it's still not great.
I'm here. It doesn't matter.
But I will say,
I'm here. It is.
I will say, Alexa, I thought Urin was the one who informed you.
I had it written that he didn't tell me, but I used like resources.
Okay, cool.
kind of figure
So
it
then
out.
if that's the case, then no, Fane would not know.
Okay.
So I apologize for that
No worries.
fun little spookiness, but that won't happen then. So he does kind of stare after Nim as Nim leaves. Again, with a little bit more interest, but now kind of tainted by frustration. He will turn back to you two.
Paint the picture will last longer, Fane.
Oh, well, you know I am good with ink. The inkling kind of like wriggles on his shoulder. I'm just fascinated by a unique anatomy, that's all. Speaking of, he turns to look at Syntax. You're a weird little puppet now, aren't you?
I get that a lot.
Well, it's because you're a weird little puppet.
Would you like to pull some strings?
Are you really that easy to control?
I'm more just curious. I don't think anyone's been able to control me since I've come to town.
That just means they don't have the right leverage. I'd be careful if I were you. Confidence can be a downfall. It's best to assume that anyone you're facing can and will beat you. That way you're always prepared. Take it from me. He smiles at this. Now, Astrid, I am sorry that I won't be able to accompany you tomorrow, but I hope that the reason for your meeting, well, I hope it's all been quite successful.
I sure hope so too.
Well, you would know, wouldn't you?
Yes.
You shouldn't be hoping at all. That's not a
Well,
good
you know how he
sign for his heir, now is that?
You know how he is.
I do. I do know how he is, Astrid. I think you're the one who doesn't.
I'm gonna leave you two. I think I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, don't worry. I'm on my way out. He
No.
pats Astrid on on their shoulder as
She
he's
flicks
walking by.
as hard as she can.
The inkling?
Yeah.
It pops.
Hard as she can.
Yeah, it pops.
She's like, someone's going to get third-degree burns one day from all the hot air spewing out of your mouth and walk off.
His grip tightens on your shoulder as you try to leave. You can play games with me, Astrid, but don't try to play with Urin. He makes me look forgiving. And then he lets go.
Well, the only difference between the both of you is I actually like him.
That just means you don't know him well enough.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Nothing does. And then he
I
walks
know.
away.
He's got a nice backside, at least.
He does have a very good butt.
I say that loud enough that he can hear it. You don't have to say anything, but that was...
Yeah, I'm like, what is he? I feel like he's that person who then like clinches and then walks out, you know?
Roll for backside.
Yeah, like you say that and he clinches and it looks amazing and you're like, fuck. But yeah,
Shit.
so he's gonna straight up leave. So I'm just deleting him from the screen.
I'm glad we got that done.
This is goodbye, Loki.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
like, I want to finish a
good.
quick conversation with Astrid, and then I honestly want to see what cute thing Evelina and Giuseppe do.
Right?
True. Ashman's just going to turn real quick to Syntax before you do it and just be like, I apologize. He is what he is.
No, this is a good practice for what I was expecting tomorrow.
That'll be about it, yes.
In your experience, Urin is way friendlier.
Yeah, but just...
No,
go
but I mean,
hard.
I'm just saying from Astrid's standpoint, you have never seen him act this way. You've seen him act very like Great Gatsby, like, I don't care, like...
Bane or Urin?
Urin.
Yep.
Yeah, so Urin, he's all saying Urin is way worse than him, but you've never seen it. Urin has always been very happy-go-lucky, kind of like, if someone does something wrong, he's like, oh, no big deal, you'll learn.
That's scary.
So from your perspective, he's always seemed very nice.
Yeah. Ironically, Syntax, Urin will appear much friendlier than whatever that is.
Yeah, obviously you know he's not that great because he'll say like, you'll do better, and then you'll never see that guy again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
We have nothing to hide from him anyways. We have what he wanted.
Yes. Shall we go get that tea?
I'm not drinking anything from here.
Oh, I know you're not. I just...
By
mean
the
generally.
way, I don't want to talk to Mavinda tonight.
It's all right.
Syntax, I want you to roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Right.
If I have to.
Is Mavinda looking at me? I'm gonna cry.
Oh no.
God.
Perception or investigation?
Oh, that would have been better.
Perception 19. That's good
Yeah.
enough. It was a DC
Ooh.
18.
Oh.
You see a tiny drop of ink on Astrid's shoulder where Fane had grasped her shoulder. She's been
Syntax
bugged.
is going to kind of like look over at Astrid and then just give her a very like, you're not gonna like this smile. That is the only heads up. And then kind of put both hands, because Astrid's taller than him, like around shoulders and like neck and like the kind of like getting in very close. Give her a very soft kiss on the lips.
Hell yeah.
And
Spicy.
during that is gonna squash down on that ink.
Cool.
Nice.
As it bursts, you feel kind of the like whoosh of energy fly out of it. You know that it was very much so a magical construct, not just a drip of ink. Yeah. Your fingers, like 3 fingers, are kind of just like stained black, like you dipped them in an inkwell.
Syntax goes, "I've got your back," and like flicks it off in front of her so she can kind of see what was happening.
I
And then
can't
he'll
say
wink and
I'm.
walk towards the bar. He's not gonna
can't say
wait.
Dude, you are so lucky you got that, because then everything you guys would say from now until you met with Urin would have been bugged.
Oh,
I
holy
didn't fuck
shit,
up yet.
dude.
I did say
No,
you have
that
what you
was so
want,
good. It was a
and he heard
DC
that.
18.
Shit.
Yeah, all this means is that they now know that Syntax knows what you're delivering.
Oh, that's true.
Oh shit.
So yeah.
Good thing you guys didn't say anything else.
You said we have what he
said-
wants.
Yeah, we
So-
have what he wants.
So they know Syntax knows, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That was really
Fuck,
what
this was
had
supposed
to
to be the
happen.
happy
Well,
fun
that's what
party.
had to happen at this party. So like that's the thing
We
that
did the plot thing. We can have fun.
So now we can take as long or as short as we need. Anything else that happens could also be plot, but it wasn't what I was planning. You know, as it always is.
Finally went along with Emerson's plan.
I know, I'm so happy. I'm a little disappointed you caught it, but I'm
Fuck,
also
I got
happy
lucky.
you didn't.
I have a +1 to perception.
Well,
That
I'm
should have
happy. I'm
not
happy
worked.
you caught it
Yeah.
because that is going to make things so much easier for you. Also, like kudos to you guys that was a great catch. Also, because if you didn't catch it, it might have felt very lame later on to be like, well, but okay. What
You're
are
way
other?
cooler than level 4. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
no,
up
it's
with
totally
that.
a thing. You guys are awesome. Okay, so. Evie and Giuseppe, because everyone else has done at least a tiny bit, what are you guys doing at this party? I will say Giuseppe, the only person you've seen pretty much on campus who's close to your age is this Animo kid. But that's a
Is that what you just said? What is-
Animo.
Animo?
That's his name.
Animal?
Yeah, it's yeah.
I heard animal kid.
I know. I also fucked this one up. The moment I said it, then Jerry called it out, and I'm like, well, I've already put it on the art and showed it to everyone. So, but yeah,
Animorphs?
yeah.
Hey,
Oh my
But yeah,
Mercy, I think I would definitely be watching this whole exchange, and I don't really know like what's going on entirely, but I just know that like there's kissing and there's
Oh, so you mean the second half of this exchange?
yeah. And I just like I am trying to, I know like something weird is going on. Also, I wasn't with it. So I don't really know like what's going on.
And you have a crush on Astrid?
Oh shit!
I didn't get that at all.
I forgot about that.
Sorry, Evie, I didn't mean to interrupt you if you wanted to say what you were doing first.
Giuseppe's over here
no.
plotting revenge
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say,
and a
fuck
crime.
No, I literally talked to
Arson.
because Syntax just made a beeline for the bar, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll follow Syntax, but Evie can do whatever Evie wants to do.
No, Evie was just gonna be like, as he's walking away, he's like, Giuseppe, have you ever been to a pot? Okay.
Evie's like the one who really needs to unwind, and everyone left her.
Everyone's on. It's like,
Evie's like,
okay.
I'm so excited to hang out with my friend. They're gone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm over here being like, man, hope that doesn't get back to Quintelius. Meanwhile, Giuseppe.
Giuseppe's plotting his revenge. Like, yes, crimes.
Giuseppe is that the shot of Bolin in the Avatar episode where his brother kisses Korra.
Oh
And he's
no!
just crying in the background.
Holding the flowers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, he's doing
He's planning his revenge against the one person who was like, show me that you won't die, or we're not
And he's like,
bringing
oh,
you with them.
I won't die, but you will. Okay, no. Yeah, so you wanted to talk to Syntax?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. So I'll talk to Syntax. What did
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get his attention?
will I get his attention? Do you have like a drink yet, or like what are you doing at the bar?
Holding like a glass.
That's empty.
Oh,
Is it empty?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Kind of like scraping the fucking dirt off of it or whatever.
Fantastic.
Okay. So I'll go over there and I'll just like grab a drink off of the bar.
Yeah, it's tea. So
Of
it's
disgusting
essentially
mushroom tea.
kombucha and tea. So like
Perfect.
as you're approaching, you watch as Della like slides one cup away from you and slides another forward.
Okay.
You have a feeling the one she slid away was probably alcoholic.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'll take the cup and I'll come up to Syntax and I'll be like, cheers, and I'll hit it a little too hard, and then I'll do take the whole thing. And Giuseppe doesn't know that it's not alcohol. He doesn't know.
Yeah, it still burns like it's kombucha. It's how you imagine like a beer tastes.
Yeah. And he'll say, so, you and Astrid.
Astrid is on the other side of him.
Yeah,
So we could do the
No
separate
way.
thing. I want
Wow.
to have the moment.
How long has this been
Okay.
going on?
Oh, is that why you came over here and did what you just did? I was confused.
I thought that friends told each other things.
Giuseppe, sometimes where I come from, it's appropriate to kiss your friends. Here, and he'll just kiss you right on the forehead.
Oh. Okay. So
Did
then,
you have another question?
are you saying that you kissed Astrid as a friend?
Honestly, yes. Surprisingly, that is
So
why.
friends kiss each other?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So then he's gonna
Of
leave right
course.
there, and he's gonna walk over to Astrid, and he's going
Dax
to
is just faintly
gonna go in.
smirking.
he's gonna be like, "Hi, Astrid," and then he's gonna go in.
You're
he's
at
gonna
knee
go in,
height.
like parts away.
You're at knee height. Remember?
Me?
Well, no,
He's
he's
gonna, like,
he's
try-
a 14-year-old elf, so he's small, but he's a kid.
He's that chest height.
If
He's gonna
Astrid's
go in.
like
Obviously, he
6'4",
can't get.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right. He's like
obviously
head
trying.
right here.
He's
Yeah.
forceful. He's also trying, because he's also about consent, but he's definitely like going in, and like
Okay.
like the, you go
Proof to Giuseppe.
90 and she goes 10 kind of a thing. That rule, right? So he went to 90, and he's waiting for her to go to 10.
And he's
That's
very into
strange.
math, so it is literally he went. Yeah.
Just looks at Syntax over his head.
You have to prove it was just a friend kiss.
I just lean down and give like the smallest peck on the top of his head.
I'm gonna look at Jax. I'll be like, "What is with this head kissing thing?"
You have to grow taller.
No way.
God
Well,
damn
I
it.
guess there's something to look forward to.
You know who's
Oh.
your height? And Syntax will spin him around and point him at the other kid.
Oh my god.
Push in that direction.
Oh my god. Okay,
Holy shit.
Does
So-
Sippy walk off?
and you just leave me there?
I'm just pointing you at the other kid and like nudging. Is Giuseppe walking away or no?
Yeah, sure. He'll
Oh,
he likes to make new friends. He's like,
honestly,
No.
it's like herding cats.
someone might
Looks at his
leave.
index. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I have to have some fun. It's a party.
At
You
least
want
ask
another
me
kiss?
first. That is a child. What?
And with that, what is Evie doing?
That's a good question. Looking around, it's like, oh no, what do I do? I think she would probably. She looks at all her options, like, oh, Mavinda's like, I don't know those other two. It's like, oh, it's like that girl that Imogen. I was like, I don't know how to talk to her. But let's go listen to poetry, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Like, I don't know where to go, so I'm gonna go sit and listen to something.
As you get there, Rosie very excitedly is like, oh, Evie, it's a pleasure to see you again. I haven't seen you in so long. It feels like a long time. I don't know if it was actually a long time, but you know, us short folk have to stick together. She's like, have you gotten any tea? Do you want me to get you some tea? I'll get you some tea. It's some good stuff. And she'll like hop up to go get you some tea. Drasomir like stops mid poetry and he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I can wait. I think.
Oh.
Oh, you're Evie, right? I think we met
Me.
a while ago. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you were in charge of
the shop.
Yeah. How's that going?
I mean, I was just covering for it, luckily, but so I've been back to just working in the library for a while, you know, as one does.
Is it fun to work in a library?
Yeah, super fun. Super fun. Yeah, it gives poetry. I get to work on my poet. I organize books.
Ooh. Have you seen any good books when you put them away?
Yeah. He doesn't say anything else. He just says yeah. He just says yeah. And you can see that he is just so painfully awkward in this conversation.
So really, what do you like to make poems about?
You do see that he kind of lights up as you ask this. Oh, I mean, what isn't there to make poems about? I mean, it's like poetry's putting words to those things that there are no words for, right? That didn't make any. I swear my poems are better than what I'm saying.
Oh, I understand. Sometimes it happens to me too. It's sometimes hard to explain.
Yeah. I can I don't do the like on the spot stuff. I just I like sit and write it so that I have time to figure it out. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of like painting too. Like sometimes it's hard to just do it right then and there, but when you take time and put some work into it, it's always a little bit that wow, words are not.
You're good. He nods in agreement to what you're saying. Kind of that awkward, like both people just there, like nodding for a second. before Rosie pops back up. The loudest person you know, who's not a dwarf, Greta, who's louder. But
no.
the loudest
hear-
person you
What-
still
Let us say your
enjoy,
name.
you just
Like,
hear
summon her.
echoing in the distance.
Oh God.
But Rosie hops on up. She's got 2 teas in her hands. She hands one to you. It looks fizzy, which you're pretty sure tea isn't supposed to be. But who knows? It's also cold. Who knows? It's kombucha. It's just you haven't had kombucha before.
No, I don't know what that is.
It's fermented tea.
Okay.
So think of it as like beer, but made from tea instead of from like wheat. So it's tea, but bitter and a little bit carbonated, pretty much. It's very good for your digestive tract, apparently. She also hands one to Dazomir. I got this one for you. It's supposed to stimulate creativity. So that one is actually going to invert all the colors you see for about a minute and a half. I think that's what Della was saying. So be careful with that one, Drasomir. But I figured it'd be good fuel for your poetry. And Evelina, that one makes you feel... Okay, this one's a little tricky. It's going to shift your perspective 3 feet up.
Oh, Viking experience, would it be like as a 6-foot person?
It's tricky, apparently. It's a little weird. It's like you see your body moving, right?
Oh.
But it's a partial astral projection, apparently. But you should try it. I hear it's very good. I tried it. It's a little unnerving, I must say. Also, I don't get how tall people are. I couldn't do it, I swear. Though I could imagine if my arms were also that tall, it would be convenient. Problem is, you're just looking at things taller, but your arms are still very low. So, I guess
How long does this last? Do you know?
this one's another minute and a half or so. It gets through your system pretty quickly. Yeah, try it. Della's a whiz at this stuff.
Ooh, okay.
She pushes the bottom of the cup up. Definitely not one to not peer pressure. Yeah. Drasomir is his cup is empty, but you just see him there, like eyes huge, staring at everything. It's effectively like if you've ever inverted the colors on your iPhone or anything like that. It's that, but the world. So he's just there staring at inverted colors everywhere. He's not saying anything. He's just like zoning out, essentially in a trip for the next like 2 minutes. Do you drink the tea?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so you are full-on third-person video game camera right now.
I think I think anyone who sees TV, she's gonna be like have her hands out, like wide eye, like oh.
You can like spin your perspective too, like it's a video game camera. You literally is just you are a video game camera right now. Like your perspective is a video game camera. You can like turn around and see yourself talk, and it's really creepy, you know. But yeah, you notice your eyes just kind of like a video game, just like lock on whatever's nearest to them. And you're like, that's weird because I'm definitely not looking at that. But yeah.
So anyone's going to look at her and think she's like insane because the eyes are just
honestly, people are doing that. Like there are a ton of weird people. Someone else like has like a purple face. You're assuming it's the same drink that Mavinda had that turned her beak purple for a moment.
Is anyone having an
green,
existential crisis for thinking they're a tomato?
No. These aren't hard drugs. That's a hard drug. Tamoxil or whatever. I don't know. I made that up. But I don't know. Okay. No, yeah. So these are all kind of fun. That's also why like they only last a minute or so. So there you do see a group of people, like they have like little shots of tea. Yeah, they'll like do one and everyone's like, whoa, you gotta try it. And then, another. But this comes across as a lot more benign than like a true drug trip, if that makes any sense. It's more about altering your perceptions as opposed to your overt mind, right?
It sounds like what people do when they like smell paint. They're like, it's only a minute.
Yeah, pretty much. But the teachers are doing it too.
No, I'm like,
Must be okay.
Totally. Amazing.
all the brain cells are being killed, though.
Yeah, it should be fine. A lot of none of them taste good. So that is one of the things. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, it's cool, but it tastes so bad. I'm not doing it. Like, or like you see a few people ask Della, like, hey, can I get a drink that tastes good? And she like throws a little fit.
Yes.
Like you don't like my art.
Nim's offended on her behalf.
Like she'll throw a fit, but then still make them like, a mocktail. So like, yeah. But yeah, Evie, is there anything else you want to do? Or are you just having fun being a third-person character in a video game? You can talk to anyone else. You can keep talking to them. You can do whatever.
I think the only problem is I don't know how to talk to anyone else. Else.
That's fair.
Like she would love to like maybe go and talk to people. It's just I don't know how to interact with these guys.
But also if there's a character you want to talk to, I can also have that character come to you. If there's a character you want your character to interact with, just say it and we can figure something out. That goes for everyone.
I just have one last thing I need to do.
Okay, let's do that. And then anyone else, if they have any ideas, say it and we'll join in. Syntax, Trent, what is Syntax doing?
Syntax is just gonna strut straight up to Uzbek talk.
Incredible. I already love it.
Oh my god.
You summoned me.
You're attentive.
Oh my god.
So, I just, I noticed you didn't drink anything. He has out his journal.
I drink anything here?
Is it that you don't drink anything here, or that you don't need to drink anything?
Do you just have questions for me? Because I have an actual proposition for you.
He narrows his eyes, doesn't change his posture in front of the journal. Continue. I
need your help to create some sort of potion, powder, liquid, I don't care, that can make people tell the truth.
Simple.
Can you help
why?
me with that?
Yes, simple. Why?
I need to give it to somebody because they're withholding information from me.
Yes.
I need to make sure that they don't know. I don't care if it takes all semester.
It shouldn't take that long. What's in it for me?
I'll let you examine me as thoroughly as you'd like, or experiment. Ask any of your questions. I don't care.
He looks at
until
you.
you're satisfied.
Throw in that one too, and I'll help. He points over at Nim.
I'm not in the market to bargain other people.
Well, then get their approval, and then we'll have a deal. Don't get their approval, and we don't have a deal.
I'm not stupid. I could make this myself. Are you going to really miss out on this?
Yes, I am.
Syntax is just going to smirk, flick the back of their leg with his tail. Are we really going to be enemies because of this?
Enemies is a strong term. That equates you to my equal. You're not. You are an interesting quandary, and that's about it.
Good luck walking home tonight.
Why, thank you, but I don't need luck. I have my data.
Syntax is going to leave.
Uzbek scribbles down something in his journal like you just gave him a ton of information.
And he's going to wait for Uzbek to leave. And
What a nerd.
You're gonna fuck him up. I'm so
I'm gonna beat
excited.
the fucking shit out of that guy.
I am so
Oh,
excited for you to
shit.
jump him.
I am. That's the plan.
Damn.
I'm so excited. I like how
Holy
he was
fuck.
just like, "Hey, get him too," and you're like, "No, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." I mean, he was fucked up too, but I love it.
That. It's disgusting, and he couldn't ask them that
Yeah, exactly.
for something.
No,
so
I
specific for himself.
appreciate
he's
that that's
sweet,
aligned.
actually.
That syntax has.
It was. I know.
Yeah, like that's
That's
actually
Riley's
really
is a
yeah.
different line. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Earthsmack Talk actually has no morals. Cool.
Now we can fuck him up.
Okay.
Glad we checked. Question.
Yes.
I forgot to ask before the interaction was over.
Mhm.
But with the telepathy thing, unless one of us cuts it off, it keeps going for a number of hours, and I have to roll a d6 to see how many hours.
Yeah, go for it. We can just say
Oh.
this whole party.
Okay.
However long the party is, that's how long it goes. Unless
Okay,
you
so
really
don't-
want to roll a die. But yeah.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, go for it. But yeah, 3 hours or so, and we'll say it's the party, even if the party goes a little bit longer than that. Is there anything else anyone
Oh,
would
shit.
like? 6. Okay, yeah, it's the entire evening. It's just the whole
Cool.
evening. Pretty much till your
Yeah,
next
so
long rest.
it just it stays there unless one of the two people cuts it off.
Okay, cool. Is there anything anyone else would like to do? I know Giuseppe was being pointed toward Animo, but I don't know if you're actually going to talk with him. It looked like Harley. Did you have something you wanted to do as well?
I was gonna say maybe it might be fun to have Evie go with Giuseppe to meet
Yeah.
Amino or Animo.
Go for it. You can see Giuseppe walking over, like having been literally pushed away from the others. And so you can see that this is a good time to kind of join up with him if you want to hang out with your friends. Yeah. You two meet up. And
I just had a crazy experience. I was outside of my body, man. I want something normal now.
Were you astral projecting?
That's what Rosie said it was. It was so weird.
It's a modified astral projection because you can still control your body. You're not fully separate from your body, but it is a modified astral projection. You are correct.
Okay.
Do that in real life. Fuck.
That sounds really cool. Hey, you know what is also cool? There's a person here who might be my age. And then Giuseppe's gonna be like,
Ooh, do you want some company to go and say hi?
yeah, let's make a new friend.
Heck yeah.
As you walk up, Willow Dusk is essentially talking, like bent over, talking to Animo as he's very awkwardly standing like right next to his aunt in the kind of like save me from this conversation kind of stance. Whereas she's just kind of amused as Willow Dusk is like just kind of taking a long time and making weird noises as she talks, you know? Very much so like that kind of grandmother vibe of like, there's not actually, like there's a slight bit of dementia here kind of vibe.
No.
Is that mean? You know what I mean. It's just that like, oh, you're so grown up, pinching cheek painfully, kind of like, you know, kind of thing. As you guys come trotting up, Willow Dusk kind of leans back and is like, well, it looks like we have some new faces. She turns to you guys and like gives like a nod bow to you both. There's of course a big creaking like wood sound as she does this. When she moves, it's very much so like feels like a creaking boat kind of sound to it. She's a big, very old tree. Essentially take one of the like bristlecone pine trees, the oldest trees in the world, that kind of just look like dead twigs, and then animate it and hang like swamp vines off of it, and then you have Willow Dusk.
Her.
So she just like yeah, she's very like, is she older than the school? We don't know. Like it's that kind of vibe. Remember that, her whole story is that she just came out of the bog one day because some kids got lost, some students got lost, and she guided them back, and she just kind of stayed giving them advice. And then they're like, well, she knows her plants and stuff. I guess she's here now.
Yeah, hired.
so-
Yeah, got the
Yeah,
job.
so she just kind of like showed up and didn't stop teaching people. So they're just like, I guess we should employ her. And she still kind of serves as the like warden of Detention Bog and all of this. Like if anyone gets lost in the swamp, she's always the person who finds them.
Oh.
Which is also why she's the one who found Nim when Nim almost went into Detention Bog and was like, honey, that's a bad idea.
Let's
yeah.
not do that.
Yeah, like you'll get trapped. Don't. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so she looks at you two and she's like, are you? I don't think we've met. My name is Willow Dusk. It's a pleasure to meet you two.
I'm Mr. Seppi. It's nice to meet you too.
It's always nice to see a nice young person interested in education.
Speaking of young people, what's your name?
He looks at you with like the biggest eyes of like, this wasn't on my note cards, I'm not prepared for this kind of look. And he's like, me and fuck. And then and then he's like, I'm Animo. I'm Animo. Yeah. His aunt just kind of like snorts, and she's like, perhaps I should just leave you with your new friends. He's like, no, please don't go. And she's gone. Okay. Her and Willow Dusk like just walk far enough away to like not give him the safety net, and you can see just the like mild terror on his face that he's now stuck talking with two people that he that he was not prepared to talk to. He just looks at you guys with big eyes. Hey.
Hi, Animo. Nice to meet you. I'm Giuseppe, and this is my friend Evie.
Hey. Are you, nice party?
Yeah, have you ever been to one before?
He, like, looks back at his aunt, like, finally realizing that she's not gonna come back and save him. No, I have not.
Well, I haven't been to a lot of parties either, but I just learned that at parties, friends say hi by kissing.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay, well, first of all, I'm giving you inspiration.
Brett, you fucking started this.
Second of all,
Oh my god!
fuck. Okay, hold on.
Evie will try to at least interject,
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
Giuseppe,
Roll intimidation.
No, I'm rolling a wisdom check to see if
Oh
he
my
knows any better,
God.
because he hasn't.
Oh my god!
Evie's gonna try and stop it before
He
he
rolled
either of them-
very low, and
Oh
you
my
just see
God.
like all of the color wash out of his face, and he's like, they do?
Evie will try and interject, like, no. Those are for like, not for new friends. That's more for like friends who've known each other for a while, I think, but not immediately new friends. You don't do that.
He like, you see the tension just mildly leave, like release slightly from his shoulders. Like, okay, good. I mean, not that I would. I mean, yeah, I just, yeah. My name's Animo.
I know.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Are you a first year here?
Oh, not yet. Next year. I technically am not old enough to join yet, but I will be next year. And so I'm just living with my aunt. He points back at Dika until then. So I'm kind of just like her assistant. Is what we say.
What do you assist her with?
You see, like, again, his eyes go big, like he wasn't prepared for this question. And then I assist her with her lessons.
What does she
Just me in
teach?
high school.
I was in your face.
She teaches fractals. That's her main thing. Yeah, so she teaches fractals. She also runs the on-campus magic labs, which I help with at a little, but not much, but a little. And then it's mainly fractals. I'm kind of goodish with them too, so that's why I'm getting in early, but not super early. I'm still not. That's why I'm getting in next year. And then yeah, fractals.
Really cool. Yeah, my parents are professors too. They pushed me really hard, and that's why I got in early too.
Oh, cool. What it's college?
Oh, they don't teach now. They're doing their own private research out in the woods, you know.
Okay. Okay. Are they Witherbloom? He says, like, gesturing at the building.
We're druids, and we, you know, I can't really talk about it. But they do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Fractals are pretty interesting. I really want to know more about them.
Oh. Yeah, they're cool. You can see, like, Evie's watching this probably a little bit closer than Giuseppe, but you can definitely see that, like, he saw that he had a chance to make an actual conversation happen, and then it failed, and he doesn't know why it failed, but he knows that he failed at making the conversation happen, and so it's this kind of like, where the fuck did I fuck up? I don't know where, but that was an opportunity. Like, you just can see the anxiety building.
That's a mood.
Yeah. I'm named after fractal math because my parents liked it.
That's really cool.
I mean, not really. My name kind of sounds like animal.
I mean, it's really unique.
Animals are really cool, by the way. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Evie, do you think we should introduce him to the rest of our friends?
It was really nice meeting you guys. I think oh, what was that, Aunt? I'm sorry. Oh, dang, I have to go. Shoot.
Well,
He turns to leave, and the aunt just, like, shakes her head. Just, like, overtly shakes her head, and he's like, I gotta go, he says louder, and she's like, no, you don't.
Way to throw him under the bus, Dika.
And then he, like, turns around, his face super red, and he's like, oh, never mind. I guess I have more time than I thought.
It's all right. If you're awake, we could, like, just hang out, just the three of us, if you like. If you're not comfortable with meeting more people.
Oh, I'm totally comfortable. What makes? Yeah, I love new people and meeting them. Yeah. Let's go right now. As he's saying all of this, you just see the fear in his eyes, as, like, he's just saying stuff but can't stop it, you know? Let's go now and meet them all.
We don't have to if you
No,
don't want to.
He looks back at Dika and she like gives like a thumbs up. Yeah. Let's meet them. Which ones are they?
Let's introduce him to Syntax. Syntax
Okay.
always has great icebreaker questions.
Oh no.
Okay. Is that like Syntax like words?
I
Yeah.
believe Syntax
Yeah,
and Nim have met Animo before, at least once in the labs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made fun of him.
Yeah. You guys did. You guys will.
Syntax is gone.
Syntax is gone?
Yeah, I said that he left after his confrontation with what's his name.
Oh yeah, he straight up left and he's waiting.
He's gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's gonna
Waiting
go
to
wait
jump
for
him.
him.
Sorry, I thought you were saying you were just keeping an eye on him and was gonna leave when he left.
Oh no! Syntax is waiting outside to jump him.
Oh my god.
He's like Batman, just waiting in the shadows
I
just for the moment.
Love that. That's actually so much better than I thought. Fuck it, I'm giving you inspiration too. God damn it!
Use it.
You're like, that's what this is all about.
Don't
Okay.
worry, I'm gonna use it to beat him up.
Okay. Okay, but Astrid and Nim are still around then.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe
Nim's
we
talking
could.
to Della.
Okay.
Maybe we can introduce him to Astra first. Nim, you gotta take some time to get to know him a little bit.
Oh, Nim. I know.
No offense to Nim, but like.
No, I know Nim.
That's so funny.
You hear him say it quietly. It's like, oh wait, no, I know Nim.
How do you know? Why was that so cute?
No, I mean I met him at in the campus labs. I know him.
Oh, do you wanna like?
Actually, yeah.
That
no,
went away.
No.
Never mind.
Which one's Astrid?
Astrid's a new friend of ours.
But which one are they? He's like
What?
pointing at like all the people.
Oh, so take his arm and like point him towards Astrid.
Okay, he'll look over at Nim, and then he sees Erzmak talk behind Nim, like plucking a hair out of Nim's hair. And he's like, no, let's definitely not. Let's do Astrid first.
Oh my
Does Evie see that as well?
Probably.
Bro, like, hold on a second.
Social option is hysterical.
You can,
my
but you get
God.
the feeling that like, essentially, Animo has been. If he's either had bad interactions with Erzmak talk, or has been very specifically told by his aunt to avoid Erzmak talk. Like you get these vibes from him.
Was told specifically.
Like what was that?
I think he was told specifically by
Yeah.
Dika not to interact with him.
That's why you guys hadn't seen him. Is that like he was allowed to like bring stuff in there because she knew that he was off doing something else. Yeah, he is not allowed to talk to Earthsmack Talk.
Oh my God.
Smart.
And he's taking part of like Nim's hair or something.
He's like standing a little too close, like definitely taking notes on Nim and how Nim is acting right now. Like Nim will like take a sip of something and he'll like make a note that like he can digest this kind of stuff, you know? Like
Oh my God.
he's doing it like he's just like leaning against the counter and like writing. But like anyone actually watching him knows that he's absolutely just taking notes on Nim. And like Nim like leans forward so he like uses that opportunity to pluck a hair so Nim won't notice, you know, kind of stuff like that.
Dude, Evie's
Or
can
less pluck a hair, less pluck a hair and more just like snip off a little strand, right? So like it doesn't like hurt or anything like that.
Okay, I was like, can I make a perception
Yeah.
check to see
No,
what he's
I'll-
like getting a hair pluck?
Yeah, no, but it's sorry.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Insane.
Evie wants to use like Mei-chan to tap Nim's shoulder so he'll look and see this mother trucker in the action of doing it.
Okay,
It's like, that's my friend, how dare you?
so Mei-chan is not invisible.
Is it not invisible?
It is not invisible. Is it invisible?
I
I thought it wasn't invisible.
It's spectral.
Yeah, so it's only invisible for I think like there's a feat about like telepathy. And then you use Mage Hand to like move objects, but it's just moving it with your mind. In this case, there is a spectral hand. So you do tap, you create this spectral hand and like tap on Nim's shoulder. But as you create this spectral hand, you see Animo kind of like he lets out like a squeak of like, oh no, don't get his attention. And then you see Ertzmaktok look at the hand and then snap his gaze right back at Evie. Right as Nim turns around and sees Ertzmaktok right there with like a little clump of your hair in his hand. So it's a nightmare. So like Nim turns around to see a spectral hand floating there, Evie very obviously having cast it.
With like a powder on her face.
Ertzmaktok looking at Evie as she's doing this. Giuseppe probably just like smiling and waving. I don't know what Giuseppe's doing. Animo is like only one eye, like gazing around Giuseppe, you know? Yeah, it's you don't know what you walked into, but there's definitely something.
If he's looking at her, like she's got a pouty face, like very angry as she can be. It's like,
I love that. Yeah, so Nim, Ertzmaktok will then turn and look at Nim. And just like raise a questioning eyebrow. Like, do you have something you want to say? He doesn't say anything. He just...
The hand will then point to his handful of Nim's hair.
He'll be like, "It's a cartoon. Where'd you get that?"
From your scalp.
Why?
Because I was collecting samples.
You didn't ask. That's not very consensual.
I don't care if it's consensual.
Oh, you're gonna get your ass beat. Where's Xanther?
He rolls his eyes. Oh, that himbo. He looks over at Evie. Do we he like gives like a like the like dumb person wave. And he's like, "Do we have a problem, little owl?"
I think you have a problem.
I don't think you should talk to my friend like that. Or we're going to have a problem.
Well, she was interrupting my study.
No one gives a shit about your study.
Well, I do, so quantifiably that is one person, so someone does give a shit. You need to be more exact with these statements. It can't be a good insult if it isn't logical.
Hey, what is it you really want to know about me?
I mean, he looks at you. I've never seen anything like you. What isn't there that I want to know?
You better be more specific.
Well, if I had my way, I would love to do a dissection, but unfortunately, you are still breathing, and I can't do that.
Not with that attitude. He's gonna turn around and walk away.
We're just gonna both be outside waiting for this.
He's watching this.
He lets out a huff of like frustration, but you get it's more in the fact that like his project was interrupted than that like anything you guys said got to him.
He's still holding the hair.
He put it in his journal and like closed it into a page. Why? What were you gonna do?
I wanted to use my like magic stone to like hit it out of his hand.
Fucking go for it. I'm sorry. Yeah, go for that.
Let's go!
Okay, what do I have to roll?
Roll an attack.
Never make an attack.
Yeah.
Team Small to the rescue.
Holy shit.
Okay, wait. How do?
Where is
in
this?
Syntax? Do just the
spell. Yeah, you should have a
I see it.
yeah,
I'll
like
roll
a
it.
plus whatever.
Yeah, +5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
It's a crit fail.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you take a very dramatic, like lunge pose to shoot this,
I've never had it.
Which-
Never attacked anyone.
which wouldn't be much of a problem except for the fact that Animo was hiding behind you. So what you essentially do is like kneel down and completely reveal Animo right behind you. And then the rock goes very, like you kind of tossed it. It's like a very like casual arc, and he just like catches it and then just like throws it to the side. Oh no, he catches it and he's like, and he just drops it and like puts it in the book, rolls his eyes, and is about to turn away, and then he like looks back and he's like, and he like squints and points at Animo. You're Dika's little nephew, aren't you? He is just like frozen, like saying nothing. Just like this couldn't have gone worse for him in his mind.
Evie's gonna put a wing up so that he's covered. Like, I don't think you get to talk to him.
Why are you hiding him from me? He's just a student.
I mean, you're not a very nice...
Unless there's something specific that would interest me about him.
No, you're just an uncomfortable person. So I don't think you should be able to talk to him.
Why don't we ask him then? Kid. He walks over to you guys. Keep in mind this man is like 7.5 feet. Like he is a very tall ogre. Orc. He like kind of looks just straight, like at this point he's close enough that like if Giuseppe stands back up he can still see Animo, and he's like,
and she'll fly in his face, be like, no.
Do you really fly up and try to block him?
Yeah. She's very, if he's not comfortable and like she's not gonna let this man have the satisfaction of talking to Animo.
So you fly into his face, and then that obviously makes a bit of a ruckus. He kind of like tries to swat you away, and then you hear, what is going on here? And you turn and you see Mavinda, like just kind of looming next to you all as she comes over. What's going on? And then you also see Dika come up.
Yes.
And Dika's like, I have a feeling it was a smack talk here, getting a bit too into his research, was it not? She looks at him.
People without their consent.
He's being very uncomfortable too.
He like does the like. He's like, I was just doing research, and I realized I hadn't met your nephew yet, so I was introducing myself. Dika just like grabs the bridge of her nose. You see Animo like essentially just like slide back behind her. Like very much so like I want to go home now kind of stance. A smack talk. Animo is not a student here. As such, he is a ward. He is under my care. You do not mess with him. You do not talk to him. He is a child. He is not a student. He is not on here on prodigy or anything of the like. You can speak with him next year when he is a student. Until that time, he is not a part of this school. He is not part of something you can study. Do I make myself clear? She's very calm as she says this, but you get the feeling that Ertzmak talk is like actually kind of like... and he's like, yes, Professor, of course, Professor. Perfectly clear. Also, do understand that research is great, but it is very important for you and for all researchers to understand certain social cues. You cannot get your research done if everyone you are trying to research or work with dislikes you. It only works through collaboration. I think you need to work less on your research and more on your behavior. I believe it is getting a little bit late for me and Animo, so we will bid you all adieu. And then she like bows and heads off. Animo like gives you guys like side eye as like he's leaving right behind her and gives like a little like bye.
Yeah, Nim will like wave to Animo like really fast.
Yeah.
Not to freak him out. He doesn't want to freak him out.
He gives a little bit of a smile of like, oh yeah, Nim knows who I am. He remembers. Okay, cool. And then
that's so cute.
And then just like ducks his head and does the whole like hiding, like baby bird hiding under mother bird kind of vibe as he heads out. So they're both gone now too. Smack Talk kind of lingers a little bit longer, intentionally like avoiding your group, before he too heads out.
I was gonna say, when he's walking away, Evie's gonna do the thing where he's bending forward, arms back, and just...
You just blow a raspberry at him.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Mavinda, you hear Mavinda. She's just like, he's a very unpleasant young man.
Yeah, he's not very nice.
No, he's not. Speaking of nice children, I'm happy to see you all made it to this party. Enjoy yourselves, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
Maybe you too, Mavinda.
She like hoots a little bit at that, and then like plops on off to get more tea. She's like, Della, this tastes terrible. Give me another.
Nim gets a message in his head.
Oh,
Shit.
Nim, there's a change of plans. I'm beating up a nerd tonight instead.
when and where?
You can reply to this message now.
Yeah. That's on for me. It's neat to know.
I might be beating up the same one.
Oh my god.
Is it our work colleague?
It sure is.
Oh my god!
Come outside.
Great.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, like, you guys see Nim very mysteriously. Do you give any excuse to your group?
Troublemakers are gone.
Do you give any excuse to your group? Because you all are together now after that.
He just like he stands there for a minute and his eyes go like kind of foggy and then he just walks away.
The Homer Simpson into the hedge.
So Nim is absolutely up to something, and you all just see him like either get a message from his fucking patron and like go off to commit crimes, or like either way, it can't be good.
Does Aspirin see it?
Oh yeah, you guys are all there. You all see this.
Hell
There was a
yeah.
big enough event that even if Astrid wasn't directly involved in that altercation, this is an excuse to get back to the group.
Can Astrid just, with the telepathy thing, say, what's wrong?
To Nim,
Yeah.
we're beating up a nerd. Come on.
May I join?
Of course.
I think could it be bonding time? Because clearly we need to talk.
Do I have to pull up his stat block? Is this going to be an actual fight?
Well, maybe. Yeah.
Or even and Giuseppe left in the dark, or are they told about anything?
My God.
We can call it sibling bonding time. How about that?
Are we all gonna fight?
Yeah, sure.
Are you guys telling other people? Because right now, Giuseppe and Evie are just like,
That's up to Astrid. Nim's
and
already
Nim
walked away.
Yeah, if those two walked away, then Astrid would fill the other two in. It would
Yeah,
seem where,
Nim will respond and just say, yes, we have some talking to do.
for sure, brother dear. They'll turn to Evie and Giuseppe and just be like, it would seem that we are committing revenge? Justice? I don't know. But do you want in?
Eva looked at Giuseppe, said, "I don't know. What do you
I
think?"
think you can guess who it's against.
To get the hair out of his where did he put it? In his journal?
Journal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that book.
Y'all really want the hair?
Sounded like Rocket Raccoon.
I'm getting that arm.
Dude, it's like, okay, Giuseppe and I will take care of the book. You guys go beat him up.
I am not okay with
Oh
people
my
taking
God.
biological samples without consent. That is the worst way to conduct research.
I fully agree. And you both have my full blessing. And I hope you do well.
Oh my god.
Eva will go give Giuseppe a high five, saying, "Team Small, get the book."
I can't believe all of you are deciding to beat this fucker
I
up.
didn't think anyone would be
guy,
on
exactly.
board.
Evie's specifically not going to beat him up. She's just going to help Giuseppe with the book and run.
I'm just reading the book. I'm not beating anyone up.
I
Yeah.
can't believe Jerry's not here.
Oh, I know.
Jerry
Oh
would
my
have killed
God.
him though, so that's the difference. Oh my god. Okay. So, he left pretty much right after Dika and Animo left. He's heading through. Where are you planning on jumping him? Somewhere in the swamp?
Yeah, just on the
Probably.
like path back into town. The Syntax is just like crouched down in a tree or some shit.
Yeah, wherever Syntax is, Nim will find him.
So you do see
Astron's with
Animo and Dika walking away Syntax. They walk by underneath you and they're talking in relatively hushed tones. It seems like something happened that was a relatively big deal for the two of them. You can listen in if you want, but they are actively trying not to be heard.
Oh yeah, that's why I want to listen.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me. We're really getting you with perception this session.
I know, I'm not good at it either. There we go, 10.
Okay. That's enough to hear a little bit, but not the whole thing. You hear a little bit of muffled talk. You get the feeling that Animo is frustrated with his aunt. He's talking much more fluidly than you've heard him talk with other people, obviously, because he's more comfortable with her. But you overhear like, look, you can't just like leave me with people. I don't know them. Like the whole point of this is that I'm still figuring things out. Like you can't, like I'm still need that crutch.
Okay. He doesn't need to hear more than that.
Syntax doesn't
not
care.
my business.
Not important.
No, it's just more like, yeah, that's not my business. I'm sorry, Emerson, but
No,
like,
you're good. That's perfect. That's really all you were gonna get.
That's
Anything more interesting would have needed a higher roll than a 10.
it was interesting.
But yeah, I do love like Syntax is like, oh no, family stuff. No.
Emotions.
Ooh.
But yeah, so they walk away, and probably about 5 minutes after, like just long enough that it won't seem like he's following them. Erzmak Talk, you see kind of trotting down the lane. The rest of the group, I imagine, is following after him, but probably not going to be able to get to Syntax before him, unless you guys want to roll a stealth to pass him.
I mean, I'm just following with Nim.
I've got a talkie talk. They'll catch up after.
Okay.
Syntax is here. He's
yeah.
got a cast message to Erzmak Talk.
Shit.
What are you doing?
I told you not to walk alone by yourself.
You watch as he just stops walking, rolls his eyes, and starts rolling up his sleeves.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Syntax,
Are we doing this or are we not?
we are doing this.
Then hop
Syntax will
down
kinda
from that
like-
little tree and let's get going.
Great. He casts Shield of Faith as he does that because he's a little baby.
Go for it.
Okay. And then, yeah. Syntax wasn't wearing his armor, but it pops on in a fucking second. So, bam.
Cool.
Let's
The armor,
go.
big
A fucking
gauntlets.
Gundam pops
How
on.
long
Just
until me
we're
and
not
Nick
doing
catch up?
full combat because I don't want to go full combat. We're doing kind of modified, as in like I'm just not gonna like track it and put out a grid. This is gonna be more theater of the mind.
We don't have to fight. My first deal still stands. I'm not going to bring Nim into my dirty laundry. Help me make the truth serum, and you can have full access to me and whatever questions or whatever you want to go digging on. Why don't care?
How about now I make my deal and you decide whether or not you're taking that, because I've already shut down yours. I don't break your bones. And you let me have access to whatever I want about you.
You're a disgusting creature, and I don't think I want your help at all anyways. Okay. Syntax is
Yeah,
good.
roll
he's,
into...
he's in like, he's not in like, I'm gonna get an underhanded. He wants a legit fist fight of like, they're both ready.
Roll
Wow.
in that case, then we're not doing any surprises or anything.
No.
Roll a, fuck. Oh my god.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Your...
Far away are me and Nim?
You won't. We're on the way.
You guys are on the way. There will be a few exchanges before you guys get there, but you are on your way.
Okay.
Oh my god, initiative. I'm like, what the fuck is it called? Just roll initiative. It's more so just to see if he goes first or you. Hold on, I need to get more dice than I actually have directly in front of me.
Oh boy.
That's fun.
I'll be right
It's a
back.
12.
A 12? Okay, let me, hold on.
It was right down the middle. That was an average roll. This fucker's not gonna hit me. It's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna be
Famous
fine.
last words.
Is Emerson? Emerson, can you hear me?
He walked
I bet
away.
he can't. No.
Oh,
we'll
no,
see.
here he's back.
Oh,
Sorry
I
about
didn't
that.
realize Nothing. We didn't say anything.
No, you're good. Don't worry. Okay, let's see what he is. He is a, oh, you rolled bad.
He is kind of a badass. He rolled up his sleeves. I have a bit more respect.
Yeah, he's something. Yeah, he
scared
rolled
now.
lower than you. He rolled lower than you.
Would I have a minute to
Ooh,
go grab
really?
something while you guys do this?
Yeah, go to the
Oh,
restroom. You're
not gonna
good.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I'll
we
be
didn't
right
do
back.
that, but like,
Oh, yeah, we
I
did.
need to do this now. Okay. Syntax will like cover the rest of the distance and go, I'm gonna knock that chip right off your shoulder. Now, let's go make some attacky attacks.
Hell
Go
yeah.
for it.
But am I gonna do this right now? No, that's such a baby move. Okay. Now he's just gonna go straight in. Big fucking thunder gauntlet punchy punches.
I love that.
Just like leans down a bit and goes for some fucking swings.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration on that first one.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna laugh at this one. It's this. Oh no, it's not. That's a 24 to hit. Boy.
Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
Okay.
This is a winnable
Aw.
fight, on a side note, just between you and him. Like,
That's fun.
yeah.
Oh. Well, I rolled minimum damage. So that's
How much?
5 thunder damage.
Okay. Your fist slams into him and you're like, oh, that's a lot of muscle. Like, you know, you hit him and you're expecting
Yeah.
like, he's big, but he's a fucking nerd. So like you hit him and you're like, oh, those are hard abs. Okay.
Syntax will kind of just like frown a bit and go, I'm taking my own research notes. And then he's going to bonus action punch him again, I guess.
I love this.
Oh, fuck. Oh. 9
Nah,
to hit.
We got it.
That
We got
does.
it.
As you go to punch him, he just catches your fist and then just twists it away. Are you done?
Okay.
And then Oh, no.
Fireball.
Oh no. He says, "My turn." And you watch as he doubles in size. He casts Enlarge Reduce on himself. So now he is size large.
Shit.
And he looks down at you. You're like up to his waist now. But that is a full action. So that is all he can do this turn. But yeah, he is a lot bigger now.
Shit. Okay. All my bone. Oh man, I have way more. Oh. Okay.
Suddenly, he
fucking
seems a lot more like an orc than like a nerd. You missed. He cast Enlarge on himself.
I brought my AirPods with me.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, cool.
Huzzah.
Hey yo,
Okay.
the fuck?
Syntax is going to. Oh, that would be so good. Okay, I've got to play this long turn. He's going to cast He's going to use a bonus action. Cast Frost Blade on his.
Oh hell
gauntlets,
yeah!
Which just make him icy.
They become icy hots. Got it.
Yeah. So that's bonus action. Then he'll use his one action, and he'll just go easier to hit and just fucking slam.
You're
down
not
on his,
wrong.
Like, knee.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh, digital dice fucking failing me tonight with these shit rolls. 11.
That does not hit. Or we'll say it does, but like it doesn't do anything, right? Like you hit it and you're like, fuck, oh no.
Well, I know. Syntax is like, oh shit, I did not calibrate these. Fine. Yeah.
As you're like literally
He'll look
mid-thought.
up, like realizing he fucked up, but it's just like
nope. Mid-thought, you watch his leg pull back, and he just punts you as hard as he can. But as his leg is moving toward you, you notice it gets wreathed in these kind of fractal green light. That seems to amplify the hit. So let's see if he hits.
Okay. He'll just both hands up.
That is a 21 to hit.
That misses.
That does?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm not going to tell you what my AC is.
No, that
but
is
it's
so
higher than
cool. Yeah, so he essentially stomps down where you were, and you step to the side. You watch as the ground, the like wooden planks, because this is happening on. Oh, sorry. Yeah. What?
Yeah, because this is a nerds who are fighting with fucking intelligence. Syntax's armor, all the weight goes to the bottom of it and roots in the ground, and he just
fucking yeah. Okay, so this is actually going to be so much cooler then. You watch as this is over a swamp, right? So this is on those like wooden walkways that are slightly raised. So as this happens, you watch just the ripple effect as he slams into you, and the magic is channeled on either side of you as it just rips a V into the walkway, leaving there these fractal patterns that literally like double the hit, and it concusses twice, meaning you think you would have taken 2 instances of damage from this. The first one slams into you, slams down into the wood. The second one catches in the wood and then just obliterates it out in a cone on either side of you. So now you're on like this little broken pinnacle of.
Oh no! I'm doing a boss fight. I'm the freaking jump across the.
Yeah, literally.
There's giants in the center.
Yeah, and so either way, he's already dealt enough damage to get in trouble. You guys do hear this, but you're still 2 rounds out.
God damn.
Shit.
Because each round is only 6 seconds, so you're still 2 rounds out.
Can we give them a 6-second like to realize? I want to hear if you guys.
Oh yeah, after you hear that crash and crunch.
Oh fuck! Nim will just look at Astrid like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?" and start running faster.
Same.
Evie and Giuseppe, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we'll hear. I'll hear it and hurry up. I mean.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to ask just in case.
Evie's like definitely looking like she's getting cold feet. It's like, you know what? I might not go, but I'm gonna help you with the book.
Yeah, he is an upperclassman. Or
Yeah.
no, he's only a year above you guys, I think.
Yeah.
He's still older,
Yeah,
bigger.
Giant.
Yeah, and he is currently very large. You guys don't see it yet, but you'll see it next time. Next round. Next round.
Yeah.
Go first.
He'll like stagger on this fucking, I guess, wooden platform. That's
Yeah, it's
just-
like crumbling below you.
and look at the water like, I don't want to get dirty. I don't want to get dirty. I don't want to get dirty.
Again, it's only
And
maybe
then just,
2
like-
feet of water, but it's enough to be difficult terrain.
Yeah. It's enough to be gross.
Yes.
And then
It
he'll just
smells
try to
like
like
rot.
stomp down on his feet, I guess.
Hell yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Okay.
You like
That is
jump
it.
up for an
Oh, thank
uppercut.
goodness. A 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Ooh. Oh, I gotta add extra damage because of ice. So that's 8 thunder damage and 1 ice damage.
8, so 9 total.
I like that it's just like we're both making so much fucking noise.
Yeah, it's all noise. That's all this
All of them.
is.
That's 8 thunder damage. That's not any actual like it's just sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, are you going Quandrix?
Yeah.
So your spells probably do have a little bit of that fractal essence to it as well. Or pre-fractal, if that makes sense. Like sonic sound wave ripples. Not quite
Yeah.
formed into the mathematical fractals yet, but close.
Yeah.
Um,
He's an artificer. All of his stuff is
Yeah.
math and science anyways.
Erzmak Talk will look down at you and be like,
Well, he ain't done.
okay.
I've got a bonus action. But
Okay,
yeah, you can
so
have
he'll
him
look
talk.
down at you and be like, I suppose you are a little bit more bite. I thought you were only bark.
You don't know me yet. And then while he's kind of right there, Syntax is gonna. Oh, dude, I rolled a nat fucking 20.
I hope he never lands a hit on you.
That'll be fucking
Get it.
crazy. Syntax is just gonna like see where he's kind of been like ripping, like punching through him, and he's just gonna like take both down and just like slam it down on him.
Oh my god.
It's a shame it doesn't roll the.
Yeah, it doesn't do the crit damage for you.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me do both.
I love how peaceful the
one of
music is, but I'm
those.
too lazy to change it.
I know. I'm like trying to channel it as well for me. Oh, that's so much damage.
Oh, fuck.
Let's
18,
go, dude.
Oh my
18 thunder
God.
and ice.
Oh my god.
That's so cool as well. Thunder and ice. Yeah. Fuck this dude.
He's
Hell yeah.
that rattled him. That he
Yeah.
definitely has a little bit of that boxer like, kind of
Just kind of like look up, just like pissed at this, and then like the eye patch is just like dripping that black ichor underneath it.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of rattled, but then he sees the black ichor and he tilts his head. He's like, now that's fascinating.
I'm getting bored.
Good. And then he, at this point, you watch his fist kind of get wreathed in fractal energy again, and he like punches out at you, and you watch as it forms into a ram's head that slams into you. Like a fractal summoned ram. Let's see if it works. Come on. Is a 22 enough to hit you?
Nope.
God damn it. Hold on,
My
17.
AC is 23 right now.
So that one doesn't work. He then pulls back and punches with the
That's
other
just
fist.
to, like smash it across into the water.
And it leaves like this huge gouge in the water where the water's just blown away and then it like fills back in. He pulls back and punches with his other fist, another ram coming out. That is a 23. So fuck.
Oh my gosh!
Just never
Oh
get
my
it.
God.
That's how you
I'm
win.
happy with this.
Oh my
My
god.
AC My AC right now is 28.
I don't think he can hit you with shield.
Nat 20.
So long as you've
Bro, that's my HP. What the fuck?
wait, nat 20
That's
for
way-
did you just
Well,
roll the hit
if
again?
he rolls a nat 20, he can still hit.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Oof.
But he'll see this. And then you watch as he begins to ripple. His entire body sort of rippling and almost like origami starting to fold in on itself. And then with a twisting vortex, he pops out of existence. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as this vortex like collapses in, much like a black hole sucking you forward, or I guess more of a vacuum.
A Constitution saving throw. My specialty.
Oh shoot! I forgot how bad you are. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna use my. Hang on, I have a stupid new thing with my blessing of the. It's an 8.
You don't have inspiration?
No, he already used his inspiration.
No, I used it.
Thank God.
I'm gonna use my. What is it called? It's my new sorcerer thing. It's my divines favored up by the gods to add 2d4 to that saving throw.
Hell yeah. So as you feel yourself failing, you feel this kind of weird vigor course through you. It feels cold. And for a moment, you have this kind of sinking terror in your chest. But that terror shifts and then sort of becomes almost more of that resolve you have in the face of something terrifying. And this bravery seems to physically strengthen your body. Roll for me.
Not that well. It was 2d4s. I rolled 2 1s.
Oh, shit.
I know.
So you do still fail. So you feel this strength, and you would have been able to stand in place had the ground not given out below you. It crumbles and you're sucked into the middle of this little vortex. You take 18 force damage as this sucks into you and then ejects you in a random horizontally direction. Let's see. Ejects you completely perpendicular out into the center of the swamp. You land 10 feet from the path prone, so fully in the water.
I'd like to say that the group watches Syntax's unconscious body.
Wait, that was enough damage to knock you out?
Yeah. It was a glass cannon.
Holy shit! Sorry. So Earthsmack Talk then, because it was a teleportation spell that did this, he's gonna teleport and just be directly over you, looking down, still massive, as he just, because this is now flavor, because you're out.
Yeah, he's in the water, like, if he could breathe,
it'd be a problem. Instead, he just picks you up. He still has to use both hands because he's only size large, not size, bigger. But he picks up both hands and looks at you, and he's like, "Hello," shakes a little. I thought you'd be harder to deal with than that. He tosses you back onto the walkway. You are gonna hit. So you are possibly going to take damage from that. Roll a d20 for me.
Yes, Emerson, this is why you're my favorite DM.
Why? Because I kick you when you're down?
Yes.
He's not going to kill you.
I'm fucking great. The rolls are always perfect. It's a natural 20.
You land, and the jolt of hitting seems to knock you back into consciousness. You are at 1 hit point.
Holy shit. Nice.
And he's like, good. I didn't want to end up accidentally taking you out of commission. That'd be a lot of paperwork to figure out, and I'd have to figure out a way to spin it so I wouldn't be a murderer.
What a bitch.
He steps back onto the path and shrinks back down to normal size. Are we done here? Did you learn your lesson?
Syntax is just
at this point, the rest of the group
coughs up, like whatever water got into his just like chest.
The rest of the group gets there now at this point. You guys saw
Let me
that,
at him.
but like now he's here and he waves at you all. There's probably about 10 feet of just no path between you and him and Syntax. So you guys are across this path.
Can Astrid do something?
Yeah, he was about to say something sassy, but go for it.
I assume we've seen all of this, or at least most of it.
You saw from the teleport that just fucked over Syntax on.
Astrid summons one of those psychic blades and just chucks it at him. Not to kill, but she chucks it at him.
Fucking hell, go for it. Roll to hit.
After that, can we do a prep thing real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Nim would also like to do
Oh my
something.
god.
What's the initiative order? We all have cool shit. But
What does a 22 get me?
It gets you a hit.
Alright. Again, I'm not aiming to kill him.
You're good,
but,
good.
like,
I getcha.
It's a 6 damage. So, like, she would aim for, like, the shoulder or the knee, just a non-lethal hit.
As it does hit, you do get the feeling that he's getting tired. One would say he is bloodied by our rules. Again, that does not mean he's actually bloodied. It just means that he looks rather exhausted and like he's drained from this fight.
She's also specifically using these blades because they will not leave any mark if it does hit. So there's
plausible deniability. I love it.
There's no evidence. They disappear when she's done.
Yeah, that's not plausible deniability. That's just literally no evidence.
Mob boss!
I love that. That is such a good subclass for that.
That's why I thought it would work with her.
He's sort of in the process of saying, oh, sorry, Evie, what were you prepping?
Oh, yeah. So Evie wanted to say, Evie's like starting to get cold feet. He's like, I don't know if I can fight someone, but here, Giuseppe. And she's going to cast invisibility on Giuseppe and then hop in the bushes because she.
I love that. And Nim, what were you prepping?
After Astrid throws her things, Nim wants to run straight at him and tackle him to the ground.
Okay, you will have to make an athletics check to clear the 10-foot jump.
Damn. With the proper motivation.
Syntax is going to try to tackle Nim. This is my fight.
Okay, so
Okay,
first,
who rolled then?
well, no, okay, so first you have to clear the jump. So first athletics check for me.
Jesus. Bro, you're on the ground.
19. Okay,
I
now
know.
you guys are going to roll a contested check, but because
Which one?
Trent is athletics for both of you.
Okay.
But because
my
Trent is
favorite
on the
skill.
ground, you will have disadvantage for this.
Okay.
Who will? Trent?
Trent, because Trent
Okay.
is on the ground still, and he's trying to essentially jump into the air and knock you out of the air.
Oh shit, okay. Oh fuck. Natural 19 again.
Oh.
3.
Oof.
Okay, so what it ends up being is Syntax like putting up a hand and being like, no, and then you sailing
Just trying to
directly
trigger your
over.
hand.
You like, or you see it as like a high five, you like high five him and then just tack.
Just full linebacker.
Dap him up.
So, this is, if we were to generalize what happens, right? So you guys are running up, all of a sudden, Evie's like, oh my god, go, you're invisible, bye. Giuseppe disappears. Then Earthsmack Talk looks at you all and scoffs, really? And I thought it was going to be a fair fight, but it looks like you have to get your And then before he can finish, this blade slams into his throat.
Oh, fuck.
And
I
he
said
like,
non-lethally.
no, again,
Yeah.
it's a psychic blade. So the whole thing is that it's a blade that makes the mind feel as if there's an injury, to the point that it
still
convinces the mind, and then you take psychic damage. Psychic damage is something your mind is convinced is so real. Think of like the Matrix, right?
Fair enough.
If you're
All right.
injured in the Matrix, you're taking psychic damage in real life.
All right. Sorry.
No, you're good. So it slams into his throat, and he's like, and then as he like kind of fumbles with it, then realizes there isn't a blade there, and like the damage essentially heals in the sense of like he can breathe again. He looks up to see just Nim right here, and it's too late for him to do anything about it, as he is just slammed full force by Nim. Nim, I want you to roll a d10, and that's going to be the damage you deal.
Okay.
I love
one is that?
everything about this.
It's gonna get better.
I know which
I'm
one's a
excited.
D10.
It's so
The
good.
d10 is the this one.
Okay, 7.
7 damage. Okay, you slam him to the ground with enough force that you like crack the wood walkway.
In your seance clothes.
In your fucking seance clothes. The candles are like burning the trail of light through the air as you like careen forward.
Let's go, dude.
Syntax, I will say you are covered in swamp gunk.
Oh.
So you probably...
He knew that he wasn't gonna wear anything nice for some fucking reason.
I love how this is the whole session. I really thought we'd...
I knew it was gonna be the second we did this.
Can Nim do one more thing?
Yeah.
Nim has a little bag of sand. He's gonna pull it out and he's gonna rub it in Urzmaktok's eyes and go, if you can't see your subjects with respect, maybe you shouldn't see anything at all.
Get it?
That's fucked up. You've already done a lot in this kind of pseudo round of combat. So,
like for flavor.
No,
like
totally. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna deal more damage, but we are gonna give him the blinded condition for this next round. As he's kind of dealing with this. Is everyone else just going to tear into him now?
No, actually, no.
Astrid will help Syntax up. She did her bit.
Okay, it's a 10-foot gap, so if you guys are trying to cross it, if you're trying to cross it quickly, I need an athletics check. Otherwise, you guys can step down, trudge through the 2 feet of water, and climb back up on the other side. But it will take a little bit longer, right? What do you guys want?
I'll attempt an athletic check.
Cool, go for it. What is Giuseppe doing while he's invisible? Roll that check for me.
Me?
Yes.
What do I check?
What are you doing?
Oh, well, I wanted to ask where he keeps the journal with the hair in it. Is it like in a bag on the side? Is it in
it's actually clipped to his belt. Because it is also his spellcasting spellbook.
I want to get that.
Cool. So roll an athletics check to jump the ravine, and then I'm going to have you roll a sleight of hand check to steal that from him.
Athletics is not very high for me. Okay, here we go.
It's a DC 12, so you're fine.
Wow.
You're not fine. So again, you're invisible, so no one knows. But you guys do kind of hear a little thump and because Giuseppe definitely landed with like his stomach right at the edge.
The chest.
So he just knocked all the air out of him. So he's not in the swamp, but he's just like dangling there. But like he could use a hand to get up, but no one can see him. So like he's just kind of clawing at the edge.
Oh my God.
And you do eventually get up, but you're gonna have to do that sleight of hand check next round to steal it. Again, no one if you guys were paying attention, you probably heard a little grunt squeak of pain, but also so much is happening.
Astrid rolled a 16.
Yeah, Astrid, you're fucking fine. You're like a little ninja. You jumped it. You're great. You're over there. What are you doing?
I'm just helping Syntax up.
Okay, cool. Syntax smells like swamp rot.
Sure.
He's probably gagging.
Yeah. Helmet. It's fine.
All the time.
She hopelessly is like trying to brush like the bigger like mud chunks off.
Hey, it's only Syntax's armor that smells like that. Syntax inside is fine.
No. Oh.
You just,
Life hack.
Nim, what are you doing?
If he's not still like rubbing it in, he'll get up.
Okay, I will say this round it would make sense for you to be rubbing it in his eyes like this whole time. And he's just kind of trying to bat it off, like whatever him being cool isn't there anymore. Like there's a rabid animal on top of him, just like I
That's
am
all I
gonna,
wanted.
I am gonna roll to see if he recharges his teleportation.
That's fair.
Oh wait, I thought my turn was before that bitch.
It is. Well, this is all he's
Ah.
doing. This is all he's doing. Because he's having to deal with Nim on top of him. It did recharge his teleportation. Continue. What are you doing?
Syntax is, I guess, just gonna like stagger up to his feet and push off Astrin and kind of walk up to Ermektok and just kind of like very, very fucking tired and barely standing and staggering, and he's just going to put a hand directly onto Ermektok's chest and look him square in the eye, saying nothing, and he's going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Huh.
He gets 13 points of healing back as the little spiders come out, the mechanical ones, and start stitching up.
Nim's like, take that! He like barely opens his eyes, sees
Him
this.
just laughing maniacally, like.
Yeah, Syntax is going to look at Nim like with just that kind of calm of like, you will realize later how fucking crazy you are being.
Nim doesn't catch any of that.
Yeah, does Nim kind of pick up on the vibe a little bit as this is happening?
If it's calming down, yeah, he'll chill.
Okay, so you heal him. What else are you doing, Syntax? Is that it? Were you saying anything or just staring at
He's
him?
going to say one more thing. See you next semester. He's just going to hobble his way towards his dorm.
Okay. Giuseppe, I need you to roll that sleight of hand to see if you can get his spell book.
Oh shit.
Does he get advantage because he's invisible?
You will have advantage. Well, technically the invisibility just you don't need to roll again, you're fine. The invisibility is what technically lets him do this in the first place.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know he's there. With an 18, you manage to unclip it and take the book. Are you taking the book, or are you just taking the hair out of the book?
No, I am taking the book.
Okay, awesome. That's a big fucking deal. You stole a wizard's spell book. He has no magic.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, that's great.
What an MVP.
Yeah, so you see him, speaking of, you see him grunt in frustration. And you, or at least Syntax, as you're kind of stumbling away, you get the feeling like he's about to do that teleportation spell and just fuck up everyone around him. But then, wait.
Nothing.
What? Where is it? You hear him calling after you, Syntax. What did you do with my spell book?
I can't keep track of your business and mine. And he'll flip him off and keep walking.
Fantastic.
He starts frantically looking for his spell book. Because none of you could have stolen it. Because none of you are around. He'll look at Nim, who's still kind of over him. It's like, take it.
He's not on him anymore. He
Okay.
got up off of him and was like just standing like around.
And he's like, and you were using both your hands. He looks out in the swamp where he picked up Syntax, and just lets out this sigh of frustration. And then he looks at you all and says, I won't be forgetting this.
Emerson.
Yes.
Astrid just flips him off.
But yes, Emily?
Can I try again to hit him with my magic stone, but he doesn't know, like, he's not going to see where it's coming from?
Yes, I will say attacking him will break your invisibility.
Yeah.
And you would know this. So you can, but go from a distance.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay. But you would know that that's how the spell works.
Thank you.
He looks at you all, seething with fury. do you all do anything else? Are you going to walk away? Are you going to attack him again? Are you going to taunt him? What's going on?
Evie's in the bushes. Not
And go back.
Nim will just look at him and say, I hope you got what you wanted. And he'll turn around and leave.
I will say he has glasses, and if you were rubbing all that stuff, his glasses are just shattered on the ground.
I mean, Nim was like just going in.
No, but that's what I mean is like his glasses are no more.
Man, I feel like a bully now. We really fucked him up.
Yeah, you
I know.
did.
I know. Think about what he was doing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, he
Remember that bullshit.
Yeah, he deserved all of this.
Broken glasses are the true tragedy, though.
Yeah, seriously.
Shit's expensive.
You can mend it.
And here is where
Not without that
Without a spell book.
here's where things get interesting.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Are you guys parting ways?
Yeah.
Everyone is walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna find Evie and go back to the. So I'm gonna be with Evie.
Okay.
Okay.
She's gonna be in the bushes where she jumped in.
Okay, so Evie and Giuseppe, you guys are on the far side, kind of back a ways. Are you going to sneak past or smack talk to join back up with your group? Are you just gonna like walk blatantly with your group? What's going on?
Well, here's the thing: does Giuseppe come in showing the book, or is he?
Giuseppe, when you get to Evie will drop invisibility. What happens?
I've hidden the book in my hair.
Okay, cool, perfect.
That tracks.
I love how everyone can have a bag, but you just have hair, and I totally accept
we
it.
were all just, yeah, exactly.
You took the book. I thought you were just taking the hair.
Change of plans. I want to see what spells he's using.
You can't just do that to a wizard, like a wizard's spell book. That's personal, and like how they cast
If a wizard
magic.
doesn't use his power for good, then he doesn't deserve to have his power. We're
Well,
just gonna. I'll return it, maybe, but I want to see what he's doing. I want to see
Okay.
why he thinks it's more important to value research above someone's life.
But speaking as someone who uses a book, it can't like not having it, not being able to cast spells, kind of sucks.
I'll give it back after we look at it first. I want to see what he's up to.
All of you are walking away now. Evie and Giuseppe, are you guys just walking away on the path? How are you guys getting out of this area?
Oh, no. I'm turning into like a, I don't know, I'm turning into an owl too, so that we can both fly back too.
Unfortunately, you are not high enough level to turn into a flying animal yet.
You're right. Okay, then I'll turn into, what can I can turn into like a raccoon.
Yes, you can.
Oh my goodness.
I'll do.
Okay,
Just
so
imagine Rocket Raccoon.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
the thing is stored, so it transforms with you. It's not, yeah.
Oh.
So you turn into a raccoon. And you're like essentially on Evie's shoulder at this point? Or are you just walking, trotting along next to Evie?
No, I wouldn't make Evie carry me.
Okay, so you are you use your raccoon form to kind of cross to join up with the rest of the group.
Wait, are you doing 4 feet on the ground or 2 feet human walks?
Oh,
I am definitely
shit. You're definitely what?
4 feet on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. You have to kind of jump from tree to tree because the water's 2 feet deep, so you will just have to swim.
Raccoons are good swimmers.
I know, it's really cute. Okay.
And then Evie's gonna stick to the bushes and not be in the path. She does not want to get seen by this dude. She's gonna try and sneak along.
Yeah, roll a stealth check for me.
Oh no. Come on, Evie. The stealth, here it is. 23.
Fucking hell.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay, I now
Hmm.
we're gonna do something interesting. Let
Oh,
me
fuck.
see how this goes.
I'm afraid.
Is anyone else
So then
trying
they-
to sneak away, or are you guys just kind of walking?
Barely walk.
Walking.
Okay. All of you
Mm.
need to roll dexterity saving throws.
no.
Except Evie and actually just except Evie, because Emily, you're not stealthing, you're just a raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just Evie.
Okay.
Everyone else, you need to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Fucking roll tonight.
Shit.
dude.
Nice roll. Nice roll. Nice roll. Nice roll.
Oh my god, fuck.
Bad roll. Bad roll.
No!
Christ.
Oh, the boy!
Oh no.
So,
Giuseppe.
so syntax, what was yours?
16.
Okay. And then the others are fucking 20 bullshit. Let's
Giuseppe's is an 8.
yeah. Okay, so Giuseppe's the only one who fails. You guys all the Giuseppe jumps to join you all as a raccoon, kind of like jumping from the tree, jumping down to get you guys. And then you guys watch as Giuseppe kind of freezes in the air as this fractal twisting pattern just like wraps around him and holds him in the air. The rest of you see these sort of fractal patterns like latch onto your feet. And you guys can break out of them easily enough. They're pretty light. But they sort of latch onto your feet for a moment, and then up in front of you in the path, so further along, comes walking Dika, the professor. And you see that it's actually not her hands glowing with magic, but it's Animo's hands glowing with magic. And then she nods to him, and he like just twists his wrists, and all of the fractals dissolve. Very Doctor Strange like spinny magic around the hands. And then she just folds her arms, looks at all of you, and raises an eyebrow. Ertzmack Talk is still close enough that he is there too, and you just see this look of deep shame on his face. She doesn't say anything. She just raises an eyebrow and looks at you all. Evie, you seem to be the only one not seen right now. Giuseppe, you are a raccoon. You are a raccoon, but it seems like they have figured out that that raccoon is probably one member of the group.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh,
But yeah, you're still
Raccoon
technically a
is
raccoon.
decoded.
We dealt with it. Do you need to hear about this right now? I know, it was such a shit response.
It was so syntax though.
Well, I'm also like, fuck, what she would want to say is, yeah, like, I mean, good job, and then just leave, but that's not what she's gonna do. Yeah, so she will look at you all and be like, what happened?
Ask him.
You point at Ertzmack Talk?
Yeah.
This is my fault.
Explain, syntax.
I asked... We came to a disagreement, and we both thought fighting would be a good way to solve this. And it was. I don't think either of us are sorry about it.
She just grabs the bridge of her nose. Like, oh my god. That's the exact like opposite message that you want a kid to take from a fight.
Fighting works.
I mean,
It's
it
my
does.
talk. He lets out a sigh. The puppet is correct. Earthsmack talk. Syntax is correct. He wanted aid with a project. I wanted to study him. We tried to
That's
make
not
a
why we
deal.
fought.
He just holds up a finger to you. And he's like, we tried
Fine,
to
that's
make
fair.
a deal, and neither of us could come to terms that we liked. Instead, we rather got on each other's nerves. Then he jumped me.
No.
I think you're leaving something out.
Oh, and what would that be?
Do you remember Nim? It shouldn't be too hard.
Yes, I remember him.
And what did you do?
I asked if he would be a part of the deal.
You didn't
Syntax-
ask anything.
I'm pretty sure I did. What are we talking about now? Dika just furrows her brow. So you are saying that you all tried to attack him after what he did to Nim at the party?
He tried to
Not
take
all of
pieces
us, no.
off of Nim without asking him.
He did cut my hair.
She just shakes her head. At Smack Talk, I am suspending you from the research facility effective immediately.
It's not his fault.
I'm also suspending you and Nim effective immediately.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not fair. We
You
dealt with
all-
our problems. We'll fix the bridge.
Yeah, if we fix the bridge, can we be not suspended? That seems fair.
It's about behaving. It's about getting along with one another. You will always work with people you do not like. If you resolve to violence every time, then
It's
you are
not
not
every time.
mature enough to collaborate. So once you prove that you're mature enough to collaborate, to be a true mage, a true scientist, then you can work again. But until then, I do not want to see any of you even close to my magic labs. Do I make myself clear? I need
I don't
a
think
firm
any
thank you.
school is mature enough. Ask Mavinda.
And what is your issue with Mavinda?
Mavinda kills people for no reason
Oh,
while
and
they're down on the ground.
she just raises an eyebrow. And where are you getting this information?
I saw it.
When?
He kind of seems less sure at that. My point being, I think many of the faculty here use violence to solve their problems. Collaboration, as you called it.
She takes a deep breath. Perhaps you are right. But then that is just further proof that you need to be better. If you have such a problem with Mavinda, with the professors, with violence, then why do you resort to it? You can't fix an issue by perpetuating it. You know, I was very excited tonight because I thought Animo had finally made some good friends. But at this point, I don't think he's safe around you lot. You may have good intentions, but you make terrible choices.
You're stifling his potential.
I'm keeping him safe.
Same words. I'm.
You
Yeah.
Fuck.
seem to have made Animo very mad by what you said.
Uh-oh.
You can see him kind of glaring daggers at you and clenching his jaw. Which is probably the exact opposite of what you would have expected.
Syntax. Never mind. He's not doing anything. He's just looking back at him.
I hope, come next semester, you all will grow. One mistake does not define us. You all have the ability to be more than what you were tonight. I look forward to the day when some of you return to working at the campus labs. But I will not approve that until I know that you can handle collaboration and disagreements. Now I am very tired, in no small part because I've had to deal with you all. Fix the bridge. All love you. And I will not give you any other form of punishment besides the termination of your on-campus lab positions.
We'll fix the.
Good.
Yeah, sorry, Dika. Sorry, Animo.
Prove the sincerity of that statement with your actions moving forward. She turns to leave. You see Animo kind of lingering a bit and looking at Syntax before he too
Syntax will
turns
smirk to him
and
give a wink. Well, I can't wink. I have to remember that he can't do that.
The thought is there.
Oh God, is he gonna be stupid too? Yep, he is. Okay.
I got choices. That's all I've done tonight.
You feel a invasive resonance in your head, and then you hear in Animo's voice, "You don't know anything about me, so stop acting like you do and stay in your fucking lane." And then he turns and leaves.
Syntax will say out loud, "That response alone proves you're not perfect."
He stops. You see him kind of like clench his fist, like he wants to say something, and then he'll just keep walking.
Syntax will turn to the group and go, "Where's his spell book?"
Keep in mind, Earthsmack talk is still within earshot.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
This is a everyone is here moment. We all fucked up. It's not in the water. I'm sure one of you took it. Who did it?
Do we have a very bashful raccoon? What's going on?
Are you still frozen just in the air?
No, he's down on the ground, but he's still just this awkward raccoon who's been looking very beaten, right? Like just the shamed little raccoon.
Shuffling.
Yeah, like picking at the wood. I don't know what the raccoon was doing, but...
I don't know how to fix this. If anyone's going to be our best asset here, it's going to be him.
How do you mean that?
Mending spell, he says, very frustrated off in the distance. Something I would be able to cast if I had my spell book, but I don't.
I'm going to make it way faster.
A little boy, and say, "I can do mending spell."
I'm not going to ask again. Give him his book back. Please.
I'm gonna take the book out of my hair and then I'm gonna open it. And take Nim's hair out of it and look at whatever the asshole's name is.
Yeah.
And take the hair and look at him in the eye and then just drop it into the swamp, the like hair, Nim's hair. And then I'm gonna look through his book really quick.
Okay.
Like be like, Anyway.
The power move of it all.
Yeah. And then I'll walk up to him and I'll say, do you promise to conduct research in an ethical way that would meet the what's it called? Internal Review Board.
I love it because you absolutely have like parents who have had to deal with like getting their, theses approved with the like internal ethics committee and like all this stuff. Like, the terms to say. And you can see like on his face, he kind of like, he realizes like, oh shit, you're right. Like
From now on, I want to see if you get to work in the labs ever again, I want to see your certificate that you've been approved by the board before you take samples. Are we clear?
he goes over and like grabs his book and pulls it from your grip and just stares daggers at you.
Giuseppe, he's not going to agree with that. He's going to do fantastic research the way he does.
He puts his book back.
To deal with me.
I'm not afraid of children.
Nim is gonna walk.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, no, Nim will just walk up and like put a hand on Giuseppe's shoulder as like he's like, "Oh, I'm not scared of children."
Yeah,
and
that's perfect. He'll be like, "But there is truth to needing to get research approved. It will not be accepted for academic review if it does not meet certain standards.
Nor will it ever be published, and my parents will make sure of that."
That would be nepotism and unethical on the part of your parents. But
Unethical? Let's talk about that.
What an interesting use of words.
he just like looks very tired by like, all of this, and he's like,
Bridge now,
"Thank you."
please.
He looks over at the rest of you. Do any of you also know the mending spell, or am I going to be the one doing all of the work? What was that?
I'm sure that you don't want a kid like me to help you with it.
It doesn't matter what I want. The professor told you to help me. Are you going to not follow her rules? So just...
Can I mend it all on my own, please? Can I please, like, in response to that, just, like, do it all?
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
Because we're going to see if you essentially, like, turbo overpower the mending spell.
Oh
and, like, do it in one go. But let's just see.
So
I didn't even notice.
Fucking 15? Hell yeah. You like stare at him, like slam your hands down and like mend this bridge. You are exhausted afterward, but you're not going to let him know that. You effectively like drained yourself to like 1 hit point. Like you're like at the, you're like, I did it. Because mending, to give you an idea, it's normally like a 1 square foot area if you have all the pieces and all of this. You like didn't put the pieces back. Like they were there, but you didn't put them back. Like that is actually a very impressive feat of magic. But like, holy shit, you like try to stand up and you wobble a little bit. It's like that kind of thing. And you're like, He actually does raise an eyebrow in this and he's like, I'm impressed. I suppose even the least... Well, I guess the people you didn't expect things from can still surprise you.
Erzmak talk, I'm not sorry for what we did, but I do feel regret that I got you suspended from the magic lab. I know it was important to you, and that was not my intent.
He shrugs. She is correct. All of us need to not resort to violence.
I wanted to work with you because I thought you would be best at helping me with what I needed.
I take it this truth serum is for Mavenda.
Please don't tell her.
No, I won't. But I would like to know more about what you know about her. He lets out a sigh. I'll help you if you keep me in the loop of why we're actually doing this.
Haven't told anyone yet, but I'll make sure you know.
He nods. I think the best way for all of us to get back into those magic labs is to work together. Prove to her that we are greater than this.
You impressed me, by the way.
With what? Punting you into the lake?
Yes.
Well, you are unfortunately very difficult to hit. I could only do it using my vortex magic, which in and of itself is something to commend you over. So,
We've had to deal with a lot of shit. I don't like fighting.
nor do I. Though we're both decent at it. He extends a hand toward you.
Yeah,
I
Syntax was
don't
gonna do the
think
same
I am
thing.
going to call you a friend, but I think I can call you a colleague.
I think colleague is a fantastic word for this.
To
He'll
future.
use the, and as a sign of respect, he'll use the mechanical arm for the handshake.
He will shake the hand, and it's just kind of like the one firm, like yes, and that's it.
Yep.
He will not directly look at Nim, but he'll address Nim. My research into you has concluded.
Thank you.
He doesn't.
Nim will stick out a hand.
He just like looks side-eye at it. And then
What's
he'll
wrong?
grudgingly take it and shake it. Do you have it out for Mavenda as well?
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Okay. You can stop shaking my hand now.
He does. That entire time. It was
I like to imagine the whole time. Like he let go a while ago, but like you're still just moving his hand.
That tracks.
Okay, it is 11:04, so I think that is the end of our session. Trent will not be here our next session, so because
I'm
of
trying
that,
to work, but I don't think I can.
no
I'm
worries.
trying to work around.
Because next session is going to be Goldheart, and that is pretty heavily Alexa and Trent. If it's okay with everyone, I am going to actually have us jump ahead to the next semester, and we will continue Goldheart. Pick up this break once both Syntax and Trent and Alexa.
As well, because Syntax is fucked up after today.
Well, yeah, but I mean, either way, we'll wrap up and probably start the next semester. Just so, unless you guys do something so insane at Goldheart, you should still at least be making it back for the next semester.
Sure.
Should.
Okay.
But hey, in canon, I know that I can kill off Trent. So, yeah, because he won't be there for the next semester. So we're good.
Holy shit.
That's true.
I'm being a dick. I wouldn't do that
Oh my god.
on purpose.
It's the Full Metal Alchemist should make it back.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yep. Edward. Yeah. I like how, strangely enough, the character who really dislikes syntax right now is actually Animo, not Ertzmac Talk.
It's because Animo's a little prick.
Yeah.
What a turnaround. Damn.
Finally, he's got some spice.
Yeah.
And also, yes, I don't know his backstory. It's probably really sad and tragic, and has. I felt
with his aunt for a reason.
I was like, ooh, I hit something in that backstory.
Yeah, there's definitely something there about her protecting him and you being like, you're stifling him. And he's like, fuck you.
Fuck.
I smell trauma.
Yeah. But yeah, cool. I'm excited. This actually was way better than I
That was
hoped.
awesome.
This has actually dropped a lot of seeds for future stuff as well that I had hoped to kind of get in there. So,
Hell yeah.
You guys got to
We all
deal
jumped
with.
somebody.
I can't believe that you guys. Oh my god.
Jerry was so upset when I texted him too.
Jerry would have killed him though.
Yeah, he
Jerry's
would.
like, Imogene's just standing there giving you guys pointers the whole time.
This is like the one time Imogen didn't Imogen didn't go to the party, he comes back, and you guys are all like covered in swamp gunk and all this stuff. What happened? Oh, we threw down with an orc.
Without me!
And Evie's still covered in bushes because the entire time was just.
Yeah, Evie got away with fucking murder. Everyone else is fine.
Oh my
Evie's
God.
like up in a tree. She's been hiding this whole time. She can't come down while the teacher's there because then it's obvious she was hiding.
Are we still streaming? Sorry.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
I was about to get like way more into it. We'll wait.
Okay. But that being said, I am going to end our stream here. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be back again next week. Next week is the 20th. That should work for people. And following week is the 27th, which I do plan on having a game on unless people can't make it. So we will have Strixhaven through the holiday kind of time. Again, if for some reason our players can't make it and we get down to only having about 3 or so players, we may postpone the session. But in general, we will be here and playing every Tuesday Pacific Standard Time starting around 7:30. Thank you all for joining us and have a great evening, whatever time it is that you're at. And see you guys next week.
Goodbye. Make bold choices.
Yes, bold.